number 8 for the podcast. So we're about to get started. We're waiting for the guests to get here. But as usual, today we're going to be a little different. It's just 2 of us instead of 3. Fred's got something to do today. Fred the Southman. So we hope everything turns out okay. Something about a sex change. I don't know. Something. Breast reduction. I don't know.
Again?
The first one didn't work. I don't know. Something looking like the Mexican Rex. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah,
So that's what happens.
I can see that. I can see
that's
that.
what happens when you don't fucking show up to the show. You're gonna get shit the entire time. So that's what happens. So anyway, so welcome guys. Week number 8, like I said. Hopefully we can have some still important, some interesting things to talk to you about or to talk through. Today we're not gonna have a phone line open, but you can, if you're here on Facebook, you can always just give us a shout out or send us in the chat room, whatever you want to do, and we'll address them and we'll talk to you guys that way. Don't forget, we do have a Big River Talks page now. Next week we'll operate out of that one. Go ahead and like and follow us, please. Let us know you're around. Let us know that you are watching. So before we get started, like always, here I got my Ride or Die?
Ride or Die,
Bojo Fett, and I'm going to let him introduce himself for today, and also his job is to recap what we did last week, so Bojo, take it away.
All right, TJ, thank you. Guys, another episode, another opportunity to platform what you guys want to do for Laredo, to Laredo, with Laredo. But again, the opportunity is here. Just want to do a little recap from last week. We had Mr. Attorney at Law, Mr. Silverio Martinez, who did us the huge favor of stopping by and chit-chatting with us for a minute. We appreciate that, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for stopping by. You guys need some legal advice. Yeah, thank you, teacher. I was trying to find a word. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. But anyway, you guys need some help, Mr. Martinez is there for you. Again, thank you for stopping by. And then we also had Mr. Juan Bautista from Sexto Contacto. Man, they blew me away. Séptimo Contacto,
yeah.
They blew me away, bro. I don't know about you, TJ, but and he was just doing it acoustic here. He was live, unplugged, whatever you kids want to call it nowadays. He was here live, and man, let me tell you what, I would love to go see him also live, full concert. And then we had Mr. Luis Laredo Elvis Garza. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna call him Laredo Elvis. What do you think, TJ? Elvisco, or Elvis?
Elvisco.
No, but he stopped by, and also he jammed out a little bit for us here, and wow, that sounded excellent. I don't know, I might be stopping by later. I don't know. Then I also had we had Lucio Santana stop by. Lucio Santana stopped by, and he's still promoting that. This is no joke. He's promoting his lucha, Greco, and wrestling academy that he's ramping up. They're getting all the stuff ready. They got the big. I don't know. Can I say that, teacher? Can I say it or no? Or
just
a spoiler?
Just big one time. Not big.
He got they got the main ingredient. They have a ring now, and they're getting all the stuff ready for you guys. So don't let us down, Laredo. Don't do the typical Laredo thing. This is for Laredo. Get your kids involved. Get them off the streets. Get them out of those rooms. Out of the little. To each their own. But this is just an opportunity for them to do something other than game, stream, blah blah blah, the same stuff that we hear all the time. But that's just a small recap of the great show we had last week, and let's see what happens today, TJ. And there it is.
Yep, and we're going to ask our live studio audience to silence their phones. Ay, Mexico.
Sorry.
Ay, Mexico. All right. So a couple of things, guys. A lot of things happened today in the news across the world, across the country. One thing I want to talk to you about is Canada and the United States finally reached an agreement on the tariff. You got something to say about that?
No, I was just asking Cindy, making sure that she sees this.
Okay.
I was getting a wrong feed here.
Got it. So, the tariffs, right? I think Canada and the U.S. agreed on 10%.
Yep.
We rely on them a lot for steel. They're also going to be allowed to import a bunch of their cars. I know they do. I think they do the richer, the higher, expensive cars. I'm not sure. I don't remember what they are. I thought it was a Bentley and another brand, but anyway, they come from that area. So the President Trump is I don't always agree with everything he does. Like I don't care for the level of racism and inequality sometimes, but there's some things like this that I'm really proud to have a president with some balls. So hopefully it'll benefit the U.S. And like you said, he just wants equality in the tariffs. For many years they've been taxing us indiscriminately and unfairly, and we've been allowing it. So he's doing his job. He's supposed to protect our interests. Like I said, there's some things I don't care about, but hey, you can take the good with the bad. I'd rather have him than the sleepiness we had before. So anyway, whatever. It's just my opinion, guys. Nobody else. It's just TJ's. That's it. But that happened today. I thought that was very important. But even more important than that, more of a news was that we have a new pope. If you're Catholic and you're not, this guy is promising to welcome everybody. And let's see how true it is. I know Pope Francis tried to do that. This guy's going to supposedly try to do it. It's I don't know a lot about him. I know he called himself Pope Leo the 14th. As soon as they get elected, they gotta come up with a name. I would have come up with like TJ Jassy Jeff or some bullshit like that. But
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster. I don't know.
Master Blaster in a cave.
Super Columpio.
Yeah.
Con sapos.
Yeah,
I don't know, something like that. But anyway, this gentleman, I believe he's pretty young. I believe he's like 69. He's not even 70. So
Oh wow.
I'm not 100% sure
Is
on
he
that.
the youngest pope?
I don't know, but he's pretty young. And he's the first ever American pope. The first ever American pope. So he's making a lot of history. He's making a lot of history. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, guys. We're already. I know. We got one of the guests here is gonna. I'm excited to have him because he's gonna do well. But anyway, come on in, guys. Have a seat. So, like I said, it's I don't know much about it, but I will do some more research. But again, the main thing is the history. The first ever American pope, and out of Chicago. He was born in Chicago, but his hyphenated last name is Martinez.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I need to figure out where he's from.
Somebody knows, chime in.
Yeah, if anybody knows, let us know, guys, please. It's an important event. Not everybody's Catholic, I get it, but you can't negate the fact that the Catholic Church does have a big imprint in the world. So, just like other churches, I mean, we're no different, we're no better, but this event is important to a lot of people. So, anyway, if people have anything to say, please chime in, guys. Don't be shy. Ramiro Gonzalez, thank you for tuning in. Good evening to you too. Another thing. So last week, the Laredo tried to. We had an election, and the bond that was trying to put out for there failed miserably. And I don't know. I'm not sure if the message from the people was that they didn't want the new services, as opposed to not trusting where the money was going to go to. That was my thing.
I don't know, TJ. Maybe it was just that. Was it not pushed out enough? Maybe?
No, it was pushed out. I mean, I saw.
Honestly, I mean, I'm pretty in tune with what's going on, and I found out last week with Mr. Martinez when he gave us a breakdown.
No, I saw police officers out there putting up signs in favor of it. No, there were people out there pushing for it. There were a lot of people pushing for it. The problem is, like I said, we are in Laredo very distrusting. We're very distrusting.
No. Wait, man. Stop making lies, bro. No.
So, I mean, I'm not going to talk shit because I didn't vote. I didn't have time for that. But I would have probably voted.
No se puede quejar.
That's right. So I'm just making a comment that it failed miserably. I know Mr. Poncho Caso went and filed a lawsuit. It didn't go anywhere. But his intent, I believe, when he came out on the news was that he wanted to bring attention to it. Yeah. So, I mean, he did. I mean, even though he didn't win, but at least, he got people listening. So I don't know if that was the real...
You know what, TJ, the outcome is, regardless of, as George Lopez said his dad learned how to work. Regardless.
Regardless.
Regardless of the outcome, I think it's a positive. It's whether it happened or did, it's a positive thing. So Laredo's getting offered this and now and another venue and stuff like that. And Laredo's, you know, they're speaking their mind. That's what we want. That's all we want.
That's what we want.
That's all we want. That's what this podcast is all about. Positivity, moving forward, always forward. That's my MO, and it should be.
Speaking of moving forward, let me take you back and see if you remember, and see if the people here remember. Remember that fucking bump at the back of Playmore?
Oh my goodness! Who doesn't remember that?
Does everybody remember it? Everybody, right?
Yes.
And then you knew it was there.
And you still hit it.
Once in a while, you forget. So thank you, Playmore. I suffer from headaches
Fond
today.
memories.
Yeah, and a tumor. Thank you for, because I think they didn't fix it on purpose. I mean, it must have been.
That
fun.
was a staple, man.
Yep.
That was
Must have been fun because you always knew somebody that was there for the first time because they were the ones that were going to hit the ground.
And you knew there was always a there. Like, are you going to take it this?
Yep.
No, but in reverse, but backwards, going backwards. Like, no, I can do it. Bye bell bottoms. The power denim. Remember the little big old iron on your knees?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna try, guys, to talk about some stuff that back in the day that happened in Laredo, that only Laredo's know about, and educate the world of how it used to be here back then. You still have to understand that we're still 20 years apart, behind the power curve and everything. I remember
infrastructure wise.
Yeah, when I was a rookie in LPD, I remember one time I was like 5 years in, and I went to Houston. We went on a torch run, and there was a unit. This is 2003. No, hold on. No, 1996. And I see this light coming from the unit. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's an MDT. It was a terminal in the unit. We didn't see ours till the late 1990s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea what it was. I was standing like an idiot, like, wow. You can check. You can check like place here, and you can. Yeah.
That's
it was
crazy.
weird. It was weird.
That's crazy.
No,
man.
we're still very far.
And I don't understand being how we said it last time. We said we're the biggest inland port. I mean,
Well, yeah, but everything
understands
comes through here. It doesn't stay here. That's the
Well,
problem.
some of it's you're absolutely.
I mean, the drugs stay here, but
yeah, but we are the biggest. So why are we so behind in infrastructure?
again,
We're not blaming anybody for it. We're just simply putting it out. We
but
are
the
behind.
question
What's
is,
I mean, we're not, like I said, we're not putting the blame on past administrations or anything like that. No. We're just pointing out what the situations are, what the problems are.
yeah,
And somebody come up, like, we identified the problem, then give me a solution. That's all we're looking for.
Yep.
No blames, nothing. Somebody has a solution. This.
There's a lot of other people out there pointing their fingers, and in fact, I don't know if y'all saw it, but there was an accident by the Laredo PD unit. Okay, and they're making such a big fucking deal out of it.
What happened?
I don't know if he disregarded a red light or a traffic stop sign, but he hit a car, right? And like if nobody has ever had an accident.
Oh, no.
And I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it. It's an accident. It's called an accident. It's a mistake.
Yep.
He didn't do it on purpose. I've been a cop for 33 years, and I don't ever remember getting in uniform and saying, "Today I feel like hitting somebody."
Yeah, or crossing the international boundaries into Mexico.
That's a different story, but let's not bring that shit up.
We're not going to talk about that today.
That's a different story.
Man, that was fun.
I can't tell you nothing.
That was so fun. What do I do? Reverse back into the U.S.
Nothing happened. Thank God that was before body cams. So that was a good thing. So anyway, so I don't understand what the big deal is with that accident. It wasn't, nobody got killed. It wasn't a road over or anything like that. It was just, now the officer could have been either looking at the FDT or responding to I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I just know that people, look, it's always the people that know the least that talk the loudest.
Yeah.
Right?
That is true.
I mean, holy shit. They don't know shit, but they can make a lot of noise and influence.
It's like when they tell me, when I say something about Trump and they tell me, I hate Trump. I go, really? Why do you hate Trump? And they're like, compadre, why do we hate Trump?
Yeah.
No,
they don't even know why. They don't even know why.
That's crazy,
I
bro.
mean, I can tell you why I don't dislike people. Oh, I dislike people, but if I'm going to say something, I mean, back it up, right? Back it up.
Absolutely.
Anyway, all right, another thing, guys, look. In our culture, why is it okay to be late everywhere?
Casually.
Yeah. 15,
Fashion.
20, half an hour late, it's okay.
What do we say in the Army? If you're on time, what?
You gotta be
late.
15. No. Yeah, exactly.
If you're on time,
If
you're late.
So that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. In the military, if you're not there 15 minutes before your time, then you're late. You're late. But in Laredo, it's okay. You gotta go eat your fucking tacos first. You gotta go get your coffee. You know, then open up your pants because you just ate 3 fucking tacos that you shouldn't eat from Tlaquepaque, which are like this, right?
Sponsor? No.
I don't sponsor opportunity. But my point is this: that why is it okay? Why is it accepted in this community to be late?
Good question, man.
Nobody. It's very rare. Like go to a doctor, right? Anybody has been a doctor and they say show up at 4.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there till fucking 7 at night.
Yeah.
Dog, you know the hambre, dying and shit.
And it's crazy because
Then you forgot why you were there. I had cancer. I'm good now. I can walk away because I've been here so fucking long.
and it's crazy because in the army it's like no formation or this we're gonna be at 0500. All right, that's from your platoon sergeant or platoon leader. They go to platoon sergeant. All right, 05, so everybody be here at 0430.
Yeah.
And then they go to the fire team or the squad leader. 0430, so that means you be here at 04.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the little squad member. Like, oh no, guys, they said no, we have to be at 4, so be out there at 0330.
Yeah.
So we just pushed it back by 3 hours, but here it's like no,
No,
we push it
it's
forward.
okay. It's okay to be late. It's okay. I mean, here it's okay, and it's not okay because look, other people come in. You know, white people come in, black people come in. They're like, hey, "We're ready to start," and we're like, "No, it's Mexico. It's here, Laredo." That's not right. I'm sorry, guys, but we need to get out of that fucking mentality. That's what's keeping us back. Something as simple as being on time.
Yeah, it is simple.
Look, real simple. How important, and I think everybody here knows it, how important is it to make your bed every fucking day?
You know, that's one of the,
The simplest tasks.
it's one of the easiest way. I don't know, you're gonna say it's far-fetched, but millionaires do it. Very successful people do it. It's the easy way to start.
Well, except for Stephen Hawking. I can't make the bed.
You couldn't make anything, period.
No, bro. With money, you can make everybody make it.
So what I'm saying is, it's one of the 10 things
Stephen Hawking.
I've taught my kids to, like, hey, first thing you do is make your bed. Why? Because you already succeeded at something. You already accomplished something in the morning, and then you go into your workouts or whatever, your workout routine and start your day. But you wake up, make your bed, you already successfully did something. You accomplished something, and you start getting into that mentality. And I mean, I can go on and go on, but I'm not Tony Robbins or anything like that.
No, your face it's big, but it's not that big because that guy thought it was horse.
You know what? I'm going to take you off screen because I want people to see what I'm going to do.
So anyway, again, guys, look. If you think being late is good, no, it's not. It's not acceptable. It's not professional. It's not ethical. It's not moral. It's not nothing. You gotta be on time.
What's another norm that we Mexicans do down here? Maybe somebody can chime in and tell us. Okay, so you just mentioned it, being late. It's not fashionable to be late. It's not cute to be late, or whatever you want to call it. You're just late.
Nope. I don't care. The thing is that look, nobody says anything, but I'm telling you, in the back of your mind, people are like, people, and they'll talk shit to you. They'll talk shit about you about being late. Adios, guys. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for chiming in. But if anybody else knows of something else, like one of the other things.
No, I love the other one. Ten fe en Dios. Like, no pasa nada. Oh my fucking God. Why would you say, just let God take over? No.
Well,
God's not going to come down here and take your car to a mechanic because it's not
Well,
working.
I'll tell you what, as Christian based and a man of faith, I will tell you, he will take over when the situation calls for it. But I mean, it also, look at the situation. Who put you there? How did you put yourself there? Or what happened? It's not just, oh no, I killed somebody, so now, no, man, like, you know what I'm saying? There's repercussions for it first.
No, I don't know, dude. I just don't. I mean, that's another one that people rely on way too much, and it almost seems like it's a scapegoat for stuff. It almost seems like that's why I'm not gonna do it because I'm just gonna wait till divine, intervention.
Yeah, they're gonna keep doing the wrong thing because somebody's gonna come and save them.
I don't know.
It doesn't. No, yeah, that doesn't work.
I don't know. Another thing, guys, simple little things. Throwing trash out the window. And you're moving your car or you see a trash can and you're still gonna throw it on the ground. It's like, oh my God, why? Why would you want to do that?
Arias Garza says being too early. There is such a thing also. There is such a thing that I know because I make fun of that. People are like, would you come in so early? You're gonna put down the chairs, turn on the lights, or what are you like? Hey, let's go to the ball game, and you're there like 30 minutes before. Yo, you're gonna open the gates, or we're gonna mow the turf, or what were you gonna
Well,
do?
yeah, that could be an issue too, but I'd rather be early than be
Oh,
late.
absolutely.
I'd rather be early than be late. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we'll get off our soapbox. That's enough bullshit
Yeah.
for us, I think. So, you know what? Here's what's funny: that Fred is not here today, but he's on the he's on the podcast. He's, and he's been more communicative over the damn messages than when he's here.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ, maybe we should keep him from over there.
He's doing remote.
Yeah,
he's doing a remote.
He's doing a
somewhere.
silent remote.
Yeah. Broadcasting live.
He's usually just doing silent farts, but over there, he thinks I don't know. He's the one farting.
You can't say that.
But anyway.
That's his age, bro.
I know.
You'll get there one of these
They
days.
got to go. He farts and he asked you. You farted. Like he's not joking.
Oh yeah, he does it.
Yeah,
He wants
no,
to play it
no.
off. He wants to play it off like it's somebody else did it though.
So, Lobo, we got you here.
Yeah.
Come on over, man. Sit over there, please. Thank you. So we got our first guest today, Juan Lobo Garza, right behind that green mic.
The
man.
green mic.
Yeah, right behind the green mic. That's all yours. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before, but now we get a chance to talk a little bit about you, what you've done, and this is the whole purpose of the podcast to showcase Laredo talent or what Laredos are doing to maintain and improve the community. And I know that you've been in the radio business for a while, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and then we'll talk a little bit. Okay? Talk to us.
Primero que nada, gracias por la invitación. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm so glad that there's finally a podcast like this. This is so cool.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
It's
it.
so cool because we need it.
It's
Like,
your podcast, man. That's what
we
it's for.
I can feel like the energy, and I can feel like we can talk and say, and let people tell us what they think too.
Oh man, you would have been here like 20 minutes ago. We were on our roller skates listening to
Yeah.
Good times.
So cool. And I can see you have a lot of instruments in here.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
we have a band and we practice here on Tuesdays, and we have a mariachi we practice here on Wednesdays. So we kind of use this for a bunch of stuff. So, talk to us about your DJ experience.
Bueno, como radio DJ, I had the opportunity to play at a car show. Actually, Star just left, but I need to say something about Star. She really got me into this,
Oh wow.
into the radio DJ, because she was working for Classic Hits 99.3.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I was working at Stereo Vida 102.3.
102.
So she showed me how to work out all the stuff. But how did I get there? Well, I was at a show with my rock band called Push. It's a cover band, and at a car show outside the arena. It was like one of the car shows the first car shows that the arena did outside on the parking lot. And they interviewed me there, and I ended up interviewing the person. so she goes, "You don't want to work for the radio?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to work on a podcast one day. Así el otro. Yeah, I can do like an hour, or 30 minutes, or something like that." Y de repente me ponen la cita con Carlos Villarreal. That was my first boss, because I need to talk about my other boss too.
Yes, give us everything.
Carlos Villarreal from 102.3, where Star was working. And he goes, "You know what? We need somebody for the night." And I told him, "Well, if you let me do classic rock." "No, but we already have classic hits. Star is doing classic rock." "Well, let me do rock en español, mixed out with this and that, and I'll cover the whole show." And he said, "Well, we need you 2 hours Monday through Friday." I was like, "No, hombre, estás loco. Estoy muy verde para esto." Dijo, "No, pues try it out." And that's how it started. Then I met Star, TJ, that now he works for Buck Country,
Yep.
and Big Lou. They were all working on the same office on Calle del Norte.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. I started learning from Alex Volcano, from all these guys that were already in the radio, already working. But my part was doing it in Spanish. So I started playing rock en español.
Yeah.
And I started getting a lot of calls and people from Laredo calling, of course, because rock en español hit over there first.
Yep.
And then I started getting fans over here, and then I started mixing Limp Bizkit with Maná.
Oh wow.
I have a story about that.
Víctimas del Doctor Cerebro.
Oh yeah.
With I don't know. I started mixing all the stuff, so I created this show called Lobo. Originally, a mí me decían Bebo, and my dad said, "Well, if you're gonna be at night and you're gonna do rock, ¿por qué no te pones lobo?
You have to sound more nocturnal.
Sí, y dijo, no, pues ponte lobo. And then I said, you know what, it clicked.
Yeah.
I said, that's a rocker name, that's something that I can represent,
Yeah.
something that I can do into a logo, something that I can work out
Yeah.
for the rock show. Y así fue. And from there on, ya tengo ahorita lo que tiene mi hija, que tiene 12 años, 12
Wow.
years on the radio.
And it went like that, huh?
It went like that, and the funny thing is that I wasn't expecting to do that in my life. And I wasn't expecting to meet through the radio station a lot of artists.
Yes.
I thought I was going to do it through
Yeah, through the music
the
itself.
music. But that would have taken me a little bit more.
It was long, yeah.
We'll see.
That's awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
So what do you play in the band?
I play the keyboards in my band, and I also sing. And then that's my cover band. I have a guitar player, I have a drummer, bass player, and a girl. We're a 5-piece now. We used to be a 3-piece, now we're a 5-piece. And a record label from Monterrey offered me to record with them. And I said, you know what? For the recordings, for the original stuff, I'm gonna name it Noble. Because it was getting popular through the radio station. And there's something funny about this. Like, you don't know how many people from Mexico can be watching you right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Because they're always looking this way.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking over there. We're looking at Monterrey, Mexico. Well, they're looking this way.
Yeah.
And then you start getting popular in other cities that you don't know.
You don't even know.
Not even in your city. I mean, this is popular, pero no esa grandeza. So they start looking at you, and they start adding you, and you start doing your Instagram and your Facebook. That could happen to anybody
Yeah.
because they want to see Texas music. They want to hear what we do. It's una cultura.
It's
no?
a different.
They want to be part of this culture, but they don't live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
And now with technology, you really can. I mean, and thank God, right? I mean, you remember 12 years ago, we didn't have what we have now. So can you imagine you starting out now with all that you would have to learn? But it should be easier now. We're gonna talk to Andrew in a little bit, and when he started, I mean, back then it was like
Hard times.
Yeah, it was very different. You know, very
Hard
different.
times.
And yet the new generation is still complaining that it's so hard to do stuff now. Idiots.
And now, if you can do all kinds of media, like you can do the podcast, and then you can go FM, and then you can go on TV. That's like triple the power of.
Yes. Yeah.
People say, no, es que yo ya no escucho el radio. No es cierto, mucha gente sí lo escucha en la mañana. I'm here to defend that little part.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they do, I do. I mean, the minute I get into then again, we're old school, but the minute I get into the vehicle, it's the radio.
I listen to AM still, so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
You need that fucking beard, man.
Let me. Hey, bro, I embrace the retro. I totally embrace the retro life. Let me tell you something though, and I don't want you que te crezca la cabezota ahorita, right, like that. But when you started in the evenings, there was a time, medically we're combat veterans here, so there was a time where I could only do so much, and I couldn't get out, or I couldn't drive my own, or stuff like that. Let's start listening to your show, because what he said, I still have my little transistor radios, and I would sit in one of my patios outside of my house, and I would turn it on, and then I would start hearing that Víctimas del Doctor Cerebro, Y Muevo el Esqueleto, and then right at the back, I hear 2 minutes to Iron Maiden. I was like, I'm like, what is this? Like, dear Lord, did you take me, or am I, like, I was hearing rock, but in Spanish and English, and it was back to back, and then the cool name Lobo. Like, honestly, I thought you were like some dude like from Twilight or something. Like, like it was like it was to me, it was enough impact to where, like, wow, this is awesome. Keep in mind, I have XM, I have all this other stuff where I can listen to 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever I want to listen to rock. But hearing it on the radio, to me, was a big impact. I'm like, somebody's daring to do this? And I remember you started, it was like half an hour or something like that. And then you went to an hour, and then from an hour, and so I've been following since then. I've been, I'm not going to say a fan.
It's been bumpy. It
gets bumpy. Should we leave you guys alone? I mean, I think he wants to get up. I
think somebody's a little jealous. But Trust me. So I tell you, man, you help somebody in difficult times, and I thank you for that.
And that goes for look, all the DJs. You know, anybody that's ever been in music.
Oh yes.
You know, look, you know, Spinning Chris, you know, Sammy, you know, Super Dave. Those are all our age, but we were all teenagers together, except they were on the radio. So they were playing the music that was out there, the music that helped us get through.
Well,
you know,
except Serenata Nocturna.
what? Yeah, who was that?
And Luciano Duarte.
Oh my God! Wow.
Number one.
Forgot about that. Holy shit!
I grew up with that stuff. I grew up with that. I grew up with the tumble in. First, my parents would, my parents would, they do the whole sneaky thing. No, we're gonna go eat, and so we go to tumble in. People don't understand that, but we would see. I would see George Strait play there. That's where he started.
Really?
He had a little van with all the stickers on the outside and stuff like that. So I remember that. And then after that, parents would drop us off, and on the way back and forth, there was nothing but
I started at that
Serenata
too.
Nocturna. Drop us off. Parents would go to Rollies and do us a Rollies. But so,
La cueva leonística, no, Laredo.
hey, no, so what's going to happen? And one of these days, we want to do it. And TJ and I, we've been talking. We want to have all that. I don't want to say old guys. I want to say the old guard come in one day. I want the glass kitchens. We want the Rollies. We want everybody
We want
that
it
was
to smell like formaldehyde in here. That's what
There you go.
Dude, that's something else, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Is somebody involved?
You're like on a different trip here, man.
I just got drinking this water.
I'm gonna have to go to commercials here. This guy.
There's no commercial in the fucking
Oh,
podcast.
my bad. Well, that's one downside to this. But, sponsor. Excuse me. Anyway, but yeah, going back to what we're talking about, I like how your show evolved, or your airtime, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you really call it, but it's. I think it's a cult, man. It's something to follow. And then let me ask you this now, while I got the mic, and before this guy says something else. Why push?
I'm going to be honest with that. I was at Clínica Especialidades
No, Laredo.
in Nuevo Laredo with my parents. I don't know, we went for something there. I took my parents there. And I saw a trash can,
Oh, in the side.
like one of those silver
Yeah.
trash cans, and it said push. And I took a picture, and I came out all like blurry on the picture. And I said, you know what, I'm going to put this on social media. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna name my band Push.
Yeah.
And it's a thing you can say in Spanish and English.
And
So
and the reason I ask, because coincidentally, and you know TJ knows this, but in the military, at least in the Army, when you say, "Hey, what's your push? What's your frequency?"
They're talking about frequent radio.
Like when you're on the radios, and we call it push because you know we have the two-way radios, and what do you do to talk? You push.
Yeah.
We have our highest radios on the vehicles or whatever we have, and what do? You have to first push. So we say, "Hey man, what's your push?" And I'm 50, whatever.
Yeah,
we say
51.
the FM, whatever we say. So I kind of thought that's why you had named it.
well, you're giving me ideas now.
Because it's frequency. For us,
If
for us,
you
when
hear a
we-
song now,
yeah, when you say
Yeah.
push, it means frequency for us. Like, what's your radio channel? That's what that
that's
is.
pretty cool. Wow. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for something that could be like Spanish or English.
I just thought that's what it was. That's why you did it, push.
See?
That it was because you meant frequencies.
I thought it was like
Radio
something from the
frequency.
boss. You know, push. No?
Another
Again, guys, I'm gonna have to go to commercials.
Dale con commercial.
This guy, Southman's not here. Southman's not here. His keeper is here, so it's like the Rancor, you know. He's doing his weird things.
All right, so you know what? No, we gotta let the guests talk. We're like talking more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so that was a good question, though. So, what kind of music are you all playing? You said it was a cover. No, it's a.
on the logo original music. Well,
Okay.
uh,
But is it rock? Is it
it's rock Latino.
Latino?
It's
Okay.
a combination of. Volvemos a lo mismo of what we do here in Texas and Mexico. Like it could
Maná,
be, it
Nanitos
could be cumbia with
Verdes.
rock. It could be
Just combine the shit. Do
Classic
you have
rock.
any mariachi in there?
No, not
Well, no,
yet.
let's get together because
All right.
we're trying to. So we have.
Why not?
We got
this guy
fusions.
and I have anyway. So we're trying to combine with different artists and give it a different sound. You know, if Frontera's doing the shit out of that shit with everybody, Frontera's doing it with Los Tres Panchos and they're dead. So I mean, I don't know how the fuck that happens. But yeah, I mean that's the new way of doing things now. You know, to collaborate and give it a
Collaborate
different
and
sound. Yeah, give it a different sound.
combine.
let's talk this, but I'm really interested.
Claro que
in that.
sí, I'm all for it.
I mean, why not? Right?
Make sure there's a witness with you when you talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice Cinderella promotions.
Yeah. Last time we had one-on-one and we started getting phone calls from attorneys. But
That's a different story. And then the other band, you said it was a cover band?
So yeah, Push is the cover band, pero yeah.
I'm sorry.
Push is the cover band.
So the original stuff?
The original stuff is Lobo.
No. Got it.
Because the guy from the record label told me, you know what? Usually bands, if you don't have like the secure lineup and they're not gonna stay with you, no te conviene que le pongas el nombre del grupo. Quédate como Lobo, te está funcionando en el radio.
Okay.
Úsalo. And the guy from the label got that idea and said, and maybe later on you can say, you know what? Lobo featuring Push.
Got it.
So talking about the same thing you're talking
Yeah,
about. Entonces dije, you know what? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually finishing a song with Push, where I'm probably just gonna do backup vocals, write the lyrics, and do the keyboards, and maybe the girl's gonna sing the song to do something different from what I'm used to doing.
So speaking of, you said something very important, Lobo, because now that we have a group, we're called the Classic Cats because I'm the youngest. I'm 54. Everybody else is like in their 60s and 70s. They actually like CCR, all that stuff. They actually played with CCR. That's all. Anyway, so
Lucio Santana already chiming in. I mean, Lucio
Hey,
Santana.
Lucio. Hey, Lucio. If you're hearing us, con todo respeto, fuck you. Anyway, so what I was gonna say.
Thank you. I can't say it, but he can.
Salud.
Salud. So my point is,
Yo no hablo francés.
it's hard to maintain a group, dude, because everybody's got their own. Look, right now, one of the challenges that we have is it's not even original music. We do have something coming up, but we're just covering. We can barely agree on the cover. Why? Because this old fart, I don't like that one. I don't like, dude, I don't like playing half of the shit I
That
play.
reminds me of my old girlfriend.
But it wasn't she didn't like you. It's just
I'm just saying.
short man. It's a story.
And another thing I learned is that you gotta let them do what they want to do too. Like if they want to go play with another band, que vayan. That way when you call them, they'll be there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of dynamics, and you as a leader in a band you have to know who all of them are. You have to sometimes give and take in so that they can feel valued as part of a team. Because look, like right now, you play keyboards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keyboard players are not that common now. They're real hard to find, and the ones that do are like me. I can barely play
On an
chopsticks.
iPad.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah. But the ones that know how to play are few and far between, and they're already booked with 2 or 3 bands. They don't have time for you anymore. So, well, like me in my case. So that's another issue. A lot of people, they want to synthesize, they want to do, but nobody's playing raw or as they used to play raw.
Okay.
I'm playing with one bass, one bass. That's it. Somebody loaned me a drum set. We went to Wizard Wicks, and we're gonna talk about him. Fucking Eric, piece of
Our
shit.
former sponsor.
So,
Our former sponsor.
yeah, former sponsor.
Nunca llegó la
After this,
pizza.
Eric, fuck you.
Nunca llegó la
Pinche pizza te da diarrhea. No, I'm just joking. So, they loaned me and I'm here like, oh shit, got 2 pedals, right? And so I'm having to learn the new way. Because it sounds badass, it really does. I don't know how much you can do that when you're playing, Lamento Boliviano, but still, I'm having to learn, because if you stay behind, dude, I mean, you're also going to be irrelevant real quick. Like Lucio Santana, nobody gives a shit about the guy. So it's hard to maintain. My point is, it's hard to maintain a group together. It really is. I mean, especially when you have divas in there, because everybody thinks that they're good. I think I'm a damn good singer in my mind. I don't know how it sounds out here, but the more I drink of this water, the better it sounds. The better it sounds for it.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no.
You're right. So. Yeah, you okay?
No, I'm
Every
fine.
time I say that, he starts coughing.
Yeah, I'm
But
good.
what can you say about the challenges of a band? I mean, do you agree with what I'm saying, or maybe you had a different experience? I don't know.
My dad used to be a musician from Nuevo Laredo, and they made it all the way to Mexico, but it was different times.
Yes.
It was his band was named Los Matemáticos. He was a singer.
Oh, wow. I know.
And we had
Todo lo que
Tomás
floqueaste toda tu vida.
Tomás Hinojosa on the sax. We had el de los Danis también.
Yeah.
He was the bass player from
Yeah,
Los
yeah.
Matemáticos.
Ah,
También Rafa, Daniel Escobar, Rafa Zavala.
oh,
Ya salieron los nombres.
Tomás
Ya
Hinojosa,
salen los
Andrew, if anybody
Daniel
needs,
Escobar.
ask Andrew.
Memo Lopez was
Que
the
Wikipedia
owner
ni
of,
que nada.
Memo Lopez was the owner of a club over there called the Guillermo's in Nuevo Laredo.
De Guillermo, ya.
He was the other matemático que en paz descanse. Y Esteban Delgado, él era papá de Shena y los Tramps. So,
Oh, okay.
all these kids, they were kids. They went all the way to Mexico, pero eran otros tiempos.
Sí, sí.
O sea, se fueron hasta México, es más, se voltearon en el camino. Y se,
I remember there was a
they were
big
all
story
like
about
20 something. They didn't get, hoy en día, mi papá siempre me dijo, una cosa es el talento y una cosa es toda la parte bonita, el desmadre, las mujeres y esto y todo, pero no tienes que ser un negocio.
No, eso no.
So that's
No
more
tienes, que
important.
ser, no tienes que ser un negocio. No, you need to balance in between.
Yes.
Porque entonces, that's how you're going to keep your musicians together too. Some of them are in it for the ride. You're going to have tu mano derecha siempre va a estar ahí contigo. But some of them are in it for the money. And some of them are in it for the composition.
Right.
There are three types of guys. But that doesn't mean that they're not important. They're all important. Entonces, if you can get all those guys together and walk that road, then
Create
you have
chaos.
one of those bands that I'm not going to mention porque no quiero. One of those big bands, porque se metieron al negocio. They started doing t-shirts, they started writing, they said, you know what, if this is not working, let's write this, let's do this. Y el camino te va diciendo, vamos a hacer esto. Y luego ya te encuentras en el camino, te encuentras gente del record label, te encuentras gente como Cindy, que mueven artistas, te encuentras gente como ustedes, que tienen un podcast, acá como mi compadre también, Andrew. Entonces vas viendo y ellos te van ayudando y tú vas escalando, pero vas haciendo un equipo de gente.
Yes. It's part of a team. Yeah, you're right.
Sí, o
Totally
sea,
agree.
even though you don't live on the same house or you're not in the same band.
Yeah. No, but it's a networking. It's part of the
Pero una
networking.
invitación a mí para un podcast ahorita, que yo estoy ahorita haciendo cosas en el radio, estoy haciendo cosas con el público, estoy tocando, acabo de ir a San Antonio el sábado, me sirve bastante,
Claro.
porque me estás preguntando de qué se trata lo que yo hago.
Another thing, yeah, I'm glad you said that. So we're trying to put together. Remember back in the day, the Jerry Lewis telethons, the MDA. You remember that?
MDA.
The MDA. So they used to do it. I think it was 24 hours, right?
Yep.
So we wanna do something like that again. We wanna find a cause, whatever it is. I mean, there's so many causes out there.
We kind of almost found one right now, right?
Well,
With Joe stuff,
good
the
job.
autism.
Oh yeah, but it could be autism. It could be whatever. There's so many different causes out there. I want to focus on a cause that's not as popular. You know, they were saying that now the incidence of autism is 1 in 40 some births. That's scary, man. That's
33,
scary.
I think.
Was it 34 something like that? It's scary because Jesus. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I'm slightly retarded because they dropped me when I was little, but this is
You
different.
remember when we used to hit you when we played football that we said that we needed a bat to play?
Really? I don't remember shit because I was.
Never mind.
I don't know, but
no, this was another TJ from another
a
podcast.
little while ago, I was licking that window.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Don't put glue around here because I'm gonna eat it. But
Well, how does the window taste?
it tastes pretty good.
That's what
So my point is that you know we wanna. I've been itching to do this, and we're probably gonna invite you if you all have the time, you know, to help us raise some money. Like I said, I don't know what it is yet. The NBA deal, I mean, it turned out to be a phenomenal. I mean, they were raising millions back in the day. Can you imagine how much money can be raised now? And I want to keep it. It's just a Laredo. Like I said, I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but I'm definitely gonna.
Can you imagine if it raised more money than the bond was going to bring in? Ooh.
I never said anything. Those
Those are
people in the city council. His name is Jose Bojorquez. That's his real name.
Way to go.
go.
Way to go.
But my point is that like you said, you're right, because I would have never met you if it wasn't for Cindy, and I really appreciate that. Because now I have another friend that if I need to reach out to, like if I ever need a keyboard player for a gig, I'm gonna call you real quick. But so what are you currently working on? What's next for both bands?
Ahorita acabo de sacar una canción el año pasado con David Olivares.
Oh really?
Oh.
I did a cover of one of his. Well, it's not his song. It's an old rock and roll song. Se llama "She's About to Move."
Oh, yeah.
That was like my intro as Lobo. Now I'm looking for the next artist that I'm gonna work with, so I can take it para sacarla en Monterrey y todo eso. Y también quiero grabar con mi grupo. Así que yo creo que ya el grupo ya es tiempo de que grabe porque it has been through a lot of changes. And like the more you get into the thing, it gets heavier, but it gets brighter. You can see better every time. Como vas creciendo, vas viendo y luego estás en la radio y luego estás esto y luego he hecho participaciones con otros artistas de aquí en Laredo con los que ya conocen. Entonces vas abriéndote el mercado, pero vas viendo cómo es el
It's crazy. I hear him talking, I expect him to play a rock song right after that. Que escucho tu voz y espero escuchar una melodía de rock and roll así inmediatamente. Vámonos con otra.
When you wish upon a star. No, different. That's a different show. So it's funny because you said 12 years ago, right? You said your daughters are on 12. That more or less when you started.
The radio. But with Push, I've been playing a little bit more than.
No, I'm talking about the radio. The radio. And so you bring that show that you created, correct?
It has helped me a lot porque right away when I came in, the first call that I received was from the arena. Because it was that time where there was no rock stations. Que se acabó todo y que los festivales.
Yeah, everything disappeared.
No estaba 94.9, no estaba 99.3, ¿verdad?
Right.
Entonces yo entro en ese momento donde no había rock en Laredo. Entonces, en la noche ya sabía que estaba ahí. Y luego, I disappeared like for half a year porque me salí de Stereo Vida y luego me hablan de 107.3 y me ofrecen ya un trabajo formalizado con sueldo, con esto, porque
An actual job.
Yeah, an actual job. The other one was like with sponsorship, this and that. I would need to do all this stuff. Y acá no, acá es like, okay. So one of the cool things was that the arena was like, hey, I'm bringing these artists, they rock, y ahorita no hay nada de rock. Like, can you help us out with this? And they helped us out too, of course. Y eso fue lo que me ayudó. And I want to thank a lot of people. Anisa Treviño has helped us a lot at the radio station. Noé Cuellar is my boss. Ruth Rodriguez Cuellar from Stereo 91. Now they have 107.3. And then all the guys. Sammy está conmigo. En la mañana está Robert Bazán. Está Güero. He was in the original 94.9. Digital. Now he came with us to 107.3. And like I said, it's a lot of people that are in back of what's happening.
And I like the fact
that to me, so either way.
And I like the fact that they still do the classic shout outs when one of the band gives you a shout out. Hey Lobo, how you doing? Like the old days. That's super cool, man.
Well, that was something. I had two moments that were good. One of them was the pandemic.
Right.
The pandemic made the world a little bit smaller.
Yep.
And I got to get in contact with all these people when they were at their houses.
Yep.
And they were looking at my Instagram and I was looking at their Instagram. Some of these interviews I got them through Sam's Auto Arena.
Wow.
Like Ralph Halford from
Right.
Judas Priest was my first interview.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember
So that
that.
was like a big hit.
Yeah.
I was freaking out when I answered him. When he said hello, I was like,
Yeah, no shit.
Mamá.
me hice de este tamaño. Yo ya estaba listo. Me habló la chava de Sony Music. Oh, he's over here. Que ahorita te va a hablar y que esto y que lo otro. Estoy listo. Ya.
Send
Somos
it,
los de
send
Laredo. Hombre, échalo para acá. Y, hello, love, what's the metal gun?
Yeah, I heard. You still play that one. You still play that, right?
Yeah. And I saw all his videos came into my mind when he was wearing his red pants and breaking the law.
All the leather stuff.
Haz de cuenta que me fui en un viaje a MTV hasta atrás. Y
Wow.
me quedé, y eso, y luego, he started bringing me back to the interview. That was the first interview. That's why I was freaking. But then I had Collective Soul. I had
Collective
John Corabi. El de Blue October, Justin Furstenfeld, también lo entrevistamos.
Fueron bastantes.
El nuevo cantante de Stone Temple Pilots, el guitarrista. Billy Duff de The Cult.
Right.
Eso los entrevisté. That's thanks to the arena too.
Yeah.
And some of these are thanks to a friend of mine, Rick Rodriguez from Nashville. He has helped me a lot to make phoners. Like yesterday, I did an interview with a country rock artist from Nashville. Y así. Y luego, some of the people that had magazines, when they brought Combo, Jorge Guevara, El Vampiro from Maná, and De La Ley, they were inside the cabina. They went there. Imagine receiving 3 guys that I sing their songs with. Y te
Now they're
sientes,
there.
te sientes ahí con ellos y te quedas. What's going on? Like, o sea, y oye, al baterista de La Ley. And then he tells you, hey, you're playing really good music. That's stuff that I used to listen when I started. Man. Más agradecido no puedo estar. And I could be talking to you right now, and maybe your mariachi song next year is going to be a hit.
Yeah, we're about to get picked up by Netflix also as a podcast.
Entonces, nunca digas nunca. So that's.
You're right. Never say never. Because
No sabes con quién estás hablando. Y como te digo, gracias a los primeros, a Star, Andrew, a todos los que empezaron todo esto, o sea, ahí entré yo en esa bola, pero ellos ya estaban establecidos. I had to
Andrew's been doing this since they gave Tony an accordion, so it's been a minute, Andrew. Yeah, that's a lot of history here, man.
The radio has a lot of history, so I'm just like.
And so, that's one of the things we're trying to do, is just bring that out. Because some people, not that they've forgotten, but they've kind of alluded to who got you here. How did this start?
Yeah.
You know, and no, because now they can get in, they can auto-tune y todo esto, but they forget who actually got you here, and who established this kind of stuff, and why you're able to do this, and that's what we kind of want to bring that back. And so when we invite all you guys, I know some of you, your radio royalties and stuff like that. So to us, it's a big thing. At least to me right now, like I said, I don't want it to sound like, hey, this guy, no, but having you here, to me, it's like when you had, Judas Priest or we have Vampiro in your cabina.
He wants to see you in those red leather pants. That's what he wants. Just tell him what you want.
I'll bring him.
I can't be that straight.
Pero sí, el que me metió mucho en la cabeza cómo hacer muchas de esas cosas con mi papá.
Okay.
Because he was already established with his band, and he had done a lot of things in Laredo. He was the one who took Rigo Tobar all the way to Mexico.
Wow.
To Augusto Monsalve, which was his promoter from Avisa or Melody. Él se lo llevó, because I don't know, Rigo es de aquí cerca. Y él lo llevó así. And he had music stores. My dad would tell me all these stories. And all that slipped into my mind since I was a kid. And Germain, Los Ángeles Negros.
It's funny.
Iglesias.
My mom used to show me the LPs, Los Matemáticos. She hasn't. She hasn't. I was like, Los Matemáticos. Like, I'm a big lucha guy, so there's a wrestler named El Matemático.
Yeah.
What kind of social, like, I was little, I was like, same guys, but the name of Matemáticos.
Yeah, porque era Juan Matemáticos.
Yeah. So, man, it's a lot of history, bro. A lot of history. I'm sure you can talk for hours and just some of the stuff that your dad has taught you. and stuff
No.
like that.
You can talk for hours.
Why is this guy still here? But anyway,
Ya nada más me falta grabar música cristiana.
So I don't know, guys. You guys on the other side of the microphone here, I don't know if you can hear it, but it started raining in Laredo. It rains in Laredo once a year, and it's here today right now. So.
why doesn't it snow in
Yeah.
Laredo? There was 2 accidents today with the little rain we had for 15 minutes.
Yeah, be
That's
careful,
why it
guys.
doesn't
If you
snow in
guys are
Laredo.
driving around Laredo, be careful.
Yeah, be
There's-
very careful.
There is snow in Laredo, but it's not the snow that you think. Lowell, again, man, thank you so much for taking time. I know you probably got 1,000 things going on. Look, I want you to come back later on. We're gonna keep you in mind definitely when we do we get this telethon going. I really would love for you to be part of it. My vision is to bring in Andrew, bring in a lot of people that can provide substance and entertainment for people. Because that's what it's all about. They wanna if you're entertained, you're gonna give some money away and for a good cause, and that's what we want. Plus, it gives you a chance to expose yourself to another genre, another group of people, right? It's, even how they say that there's no such thing as bad publicity, right? Same thing here. You get to tell your story. We get to have people like you make us grow, make the podcast grow, so it helps everyone. So, anything you want to say? And I don't want you to leave yet because first of all, it's raining. Second of all, we were asking people to sign the little board of fame there, and then we'll take a little picture after that. But anything you wanna talk about before we get you off the hot seat? I know you're very shy.
Y eso que no me he tomado ningún tequila.
I know, man. You know what?
Y lo triste es que no te han ofrecido tampoco.
Sí, no, pues.
Ahorita, you've been looking that way all the time.
Oye, los que tomamos tequila, no, bueno, no, nada más que yo creo que Laredo está en un buen momento ahorita. Los dos Laredos en cuestión de la música y del entretenimiento. Y creo que es el momento de que ya hagamos algo que se note statewise, tanto en Monterrey como en Houston, que nos volteen a ver, porque estamos en medio de la franja.
You're right.
Y han venido muy buenos artistas aquí que a muchos lugares no han ido. So it's just that I want to invite the people que nos apoyen a nosotros que estamos al frente, a todos ustedes, a Andy, a Cindy y a todos los artistas de aquí como Pete, como yo, que nos apoyen, porque nos estamos juntando para hacer cosas más grandes. And we need to.
That's what we do
We
here.
need to grow. We need more rock bands.
Hay que meterle más punch, más
Yeah,
content.
and we need more cumbia bands.
There's a lot of
What the hell?
Yeah.
More of everything.
There's a lot of people that love rock, they just don't know where to go. They don't know where to go. Like, with my guys who play old school rock, and then people are freaking out because nobody's playing it. Nobody's playing it live, So Laredo has a big following for rock.
And there's a lot of talents. A lot of talents.
Oh yeah.
Hay muy buenos guitarristas, hay muy buenos bajistas,
Yeah.
hay muy buenos cantantes, mujeres. O sea, hay mucho talento. There's even already producers, I know a lot of people that have their studios and stuff like that. Nada más, o sea, que le echemos ganas entre todos. Hopefully we do that idea to have
Telethon,
that festival. Y en lo que yo les pueda ayudar también con la radio, cuenten conmigo.
Really appreciate it.
Gracias a Cindy también por haberme traído aquí.
Yeah, no, Cindy with Cinderella Production has really helped us out a lot. Promotion, sorry. Production, promotion,
And entertainment.
emotions, entertainment.
Porque
She does clown shows and baptisms.
No.
Y pues buena suerte con el podcast.
Thank you.
Cuando me quieran invitar al
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna
desmadre si vengo.
before you leave, I want to make sure we get your contact because
Mention us on your.
Of course. Sure.
no, I was
We're very welcoming. Anybody who has something to say that wants to come up and say something. That's what we're here for.
Oh, we have athletes too, yeah.
I know.
What's that?
We had what the Traviesa out there making it to the
Yeah.
Olympics. I mean, we have a lot of talent. The problem is, look, one, we don't have a medium to promote it. That's what. Two,
We have Roxanne, the
Two.
WWE superstar.
that's right. We have Roxanne. Two, hay mucha envidia en nuestra cultura. Yes or no? You
Pero
get that?
we need to go through that.
But so people like us that see it, we gotta change that mentality. It's like don't allow it. Don't be a hater. Like support each other. Like right now, you have a band, you have a cover band. I have a cover band. I didn't think este vato. No, it's like dude, maybe we can work together. Maybe you never know.
Network.
You never know. It's not about putting people down. It's about raising them up. Because when I raise you, I raise myself. That's the way it works. I think.
Just real quick, quick shout out to Triple P. Thank you for chiming in.
Oh yeah.
We're leaving to you.
So Anyway, again, Lobo, thank you so much for your time,
Gracias,
and you
muchas
were
gracias.
awesome. No te me vayas,
Thank you,
all right?
thank you, guys.
Wow, Lobo and Andrew are going to transition. Let me talk about our sponsors real quick. Mariachi Mezcal de Texas. Okay, let me tell you about Mariachi Mezcal. So we are going to be performing Serenatas from Mom this weekend, all right? Together with us is going to be Luis Elvis Salazar. He's going to actually perform in the Serenata as Elvis. Okay, so we still have some spots available. If you are interested in a different type of serenata, it's going to be the traditional mariachi sound, but with Elvis performing. So give me a call or the number on the screen and let us know. We'll go ahead and put you on the list. Mariachi Mezcal de Texas. Silverio Martinez, attorney at law, another sponsor. Of course, Waterway Protection Services. If you need anything for security or private investigations, we're available. Winter Wicks Pizza. Okay, not only the best pizza in town, but it's an awesome place to hang out and get some fleas from a dog that's there. Awesome experience always with Eric. Mariachi Mix, Outfitters and more. If you want a venue for your events or you want to get some Mexican artistry stuff, give us a call. Whispers Bar and Lounge, again, I call it Laredo's best little secret. It's an awesome place to hang out. Of course, Tejano Express Radio and Fred Southman and Nina always helping us out. Really appreciate it. And of course, the Classic Cats. Anything you want to do, anything old school music, whatever. You want a live band, we can always. We're available for gigs. But anyway, that's part of the whole thing, guys. And there are sponsorship opportunities. So give us a call if you're interested in becoming an official sponsor, and we will put you on the podcast, and hopefully, a lot of people every week it gets better and better as far as viewers and followers. Now we do have a new Facebook page. It's under Big River Talks. This will probably be the last time that we're using the Tejano Express Radio, but we're gonna switch to the one next week. So get ready for that.
And just real quick, TJ, I just wanted to interject and say that if you have something you want to come up and say, you have a platform or group, and you don't know exactly what to say, give us a call. We'll help you format what you want before you get up here. So I know a lot of people are shy and the first time they're going to do this and all this kind of good stuff. So reach out to us. We'll help you out. We will help you succeed. We will ramp you up for success here. And when you come in, you do your display with your talk. What you need to express, we'll help you out with that.
Yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up, Gojo, because the platform is here, guys, for you guys to feel comfortable to come talk to us. Get your message out, and don't be shy. Come on in. All right. So coming up is if you don't know who Andrew Michael is,
Yeah.
you've probably been living under a rock.
But I'll tell you what, there is that other side of the new generations that
So-
don't know who he is.
So for you that are brand new to Laredo, or maybe now that you're a little older, whatever. So Andrew Michael has been a staple of the community for many years. And, I know that he had a podcast 2 days ago, and now he's doing this one. So we saved the best for last, right?
There you go.
But Andrew, like I said, thank you for stopping by. I know that you have a huge schedule every day. Got 1,000 things going on. But look, I will say this: when it comes to our music, our culture, you're one of the ones that is kicking some ass and taking names because nobody else is doing it. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We're on already?
Yeah, we're on.
All right.
We're on.
Well, primeramente, first of all, thank God. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Siempre pongo a Dios primero, bro, because, not that I made a deal with God, but I asked God, to help me more in my future endeavors. All my dreams, a lot of them have come true.
There you go.
Like maybe 85% of my dreams have come to pass, Y todo, pues gracias a Dios, primeramente, ¿verdad? Pero como again, TJ, thank you much, man, for, we did a podcast 2 days ago. And,
Yeah, let's not talk about that one.
I've done radio for over 40 years, bro.
Yeah.
I've been a musician,
I've been on TV, radio, man. This has been a long journey, TJ. Pero como te digo, gracias a Dios que we're still here, bro.
Yeah. I know. You're what, like 35 years old?
Well, no, since I started, my history goes back to 1975, bro.
Wow.
19, I'm already 61, bro. Ya está viejito.
Oh, you look good, man. You look good.
Yeah.
So no, it's been a long journey, brother. You know, we've been through. This is what I wanted to do since I was a kid, man. You know, and talking about, you just said it right now. You brought up the name, you know, Serenata Nocturna, man. He's the man to blame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's the man to blame, you know.
He is.
Él tiene toda la culpa, bro. Él tiene toda la culpa because, you know, I caught my ear on him. You know, the year was 1970. I was 6 years old, you know. And me acuerdo Serenata Nocturna. I grew up with my grandparents, allá por el Chacón, con el abuelo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, nos criamos ahí desde 0 to 9 years old. And every day, bro, you know, at the 12 noon, mi abuelito era jardinero around the area there. And Willow and Stone, you know, he had like 4 or 5 houses with him. So dad llegaba de trabajo a las 12 para comida, una hora de comida, y he go back to work at 5. So, you know, yo me quedé con mi abuelita, my mom, you know. And bro, every day at 12 noon, la rancherita contenta, bro.
Oh yeah.
El Laredo, Tamaulipas.
Wow.
Man, you know, you hear anywhere from música, you know, back from the past, bro. Back from the 30s, 40s, 50s, man. Anywhere from Lidia Mendoza to Lola Beltrán to Los Relámpagos, bro.
Oh my God,
Los Relámpagos, bro. Los Alegres de Terán, Vicente Fernández. You know, it's just very, very, you know, it's been, you know, it's been a long road, bro. I've always wanted to be a DJ. In 1971, I started listening to Luciano Duarte. And I said, yeah, I want to be like that man. I thought, come on.
All those memories.
And at 7 o'clock, bro, at 7 o'clock, empezaba a Serenata Nocturna. From 7 to 10, Monday to Friday. Y acabamos en la galería con una estaca simple de tortillas de harina con mantequilla, old school. Bastante sodas, you know. So, you know, we listened to Serenata Nocturna for 2-3 hours, you know, and stuff, bro. Y mi abuelita decía, ponle atención.
Yeah,
Right, I was just there to the radio. No me moví, bro. My little amiguito would go and play, you know.
You're right there.
Right there, bro.
Learning.
Yeah, bro. And then back in, what, 77, 78, entró Radio Cañón, que era de Mr. Juan Guerra.
Yeah.
And Laredo, we started listening to this show también, you know. And then I said, you know, one of these days, you know, I want to be like Luciano, you know. I was 6, 7 years old, bro, and I made my grandfather take me por toda la window, Zapata Highway,
Right.
to KVOZ.
KVOZ.
But right there, they had the double window doors.
Yeah.
Y ahí todo el nuevo cenita arriba, y ahí estaba el señor ahí. Como están ustedes ahí, maybe like 40 feet.
I always wanted to meet him. Also.
Bro, híjole, and I was just looking, y venía el señor, pásale, Michael, decía. So we go there, I told him más con él, he had the turntable, he had the big board with a big knob, so old school, man. Y ahí todo el más oyendo la música, he put the record, you know, calibrated, and I said, you know what, I want to be like him, you know. And, you know, years later, you know, I started back in Z93 in 1991, you know. So I did my own shows. Las Viejas Buenas were a big show, bro. It was a big hit, 8 years, gracias a Dios. You know, we were in Arbitron, we were #1 for 8 years.
Wow.
Every year we had an anniversary party in Casablanca with Belinda.
And people don't know this, but back then the ratings were ratings.
No rating, what a...
Nowadays it's a whole different
Yeah.
story. But back
Yeah,
then
ahora ya
when you
Nielsen, ya
had
cambió
the
mucho.
Nielsen and all that, when you had ratings, it's
Arbitron.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to be
Hard
number one, bro.
ratings.
And
There you
I did my very best. Yo iba a todas las pulgas everywhere a levantar música. Luciano, I'd go to his house, he'd put a Garfield, me prestaba los records. My dad was a musician, Joe Organs de los Peppers. And era cantante él, y pues yo iba, because I wanted all the albums and stuff. So I'd go to Luciano's. And he'd go pick up some albums, go record it. Bobby Macias. My good friend Bobby Macias, le llevaba los records before I had all those, you know, programs on like Cool Pro, you know, to record my own thing. So Bobby me grababa todo on CD, so I'll just go and play the music, you know. So. Pero fíjate que ha sido una bendición. It's been a blessing in my journey in the music business, you know. Then from there I started doing sound, you know. I started singing también, you know. Ahorita I'm working on a brand new CD.
Good.
You know, yeah, I've recorded 2 songs at LF Studios, La Fórmula Studios, aquí con Juan Villa.
That's my
They're
cousin.
cool little studio, man. Puro Pro Tools, man. AB, my good friend
Yeah.
AB Villa, man.
He's my nephew.
Bro, he's bad, bro. I'm sorry, he's bad. So good luck. Un saludo para Cordy, Juan Villa, and little AB, man. He's
He's a prodigy.
He's surprising, man. He's amazing, bro, what he can do, man. One song, bro. Y fíjate, lo más una canción, bro. Tardamos como 2 días para grabarla toda. Charlie Castillo's on the drums. Era una canción, you remember Sangre Mexicana? De Chuck Vargas back in the day.
Chuck, yeah.
1975.
Yeah. Wow, we went back
Chuck.
now.
No, no,
Chuck.
but like so old school.
Yeah, conmigo
Just
you
took
go
me
back
back
and forth,
sometime.
man. I'm old school, man.
Chuck Vargas.
Chuck Vargas era DJ in 13 KLR.
Yeah.
So he had one 13 KLR. Chuck Vargas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so and then he had Sangre Mexicana.
Sí.
Which was established in 1975. Y ya tenía una canción that hit, beside la Polo Jacalera, they had Como Niño.
Yeah.
And I had that song for all these years. Back in 1983, I was in high school. Yo iba con Chuck a tocar ahí en the Old Torch, the old Holiday Inn. Right there where the hacienda is, the very first Holiday Inn. Yo iba a tocar ahí drums con él, porque no iba chino el drummer. So I'd go and I'd be there at 9 o'clock, Wednesday to Saturday. Yo tocaba los drums. I loved the music. So tocaba con Chuck. También toqué con Sergio Ruiz. Sergio Ruiz.
Dude,
Holiday Inn.
Para todos los que ahí no nacieron, pero se hicieron ahí en el Covey.
Ahí los hicimos todos. Y en la escuela de la música,
What
pues,
happens at the Covey stays at the
at the
Covey.
Covey también, I got to work at the Covey in 1984.
Wow.
Yeah, we brought the first band in there. I did the whole sound and everything.
Wow.
So man, it's amazing. But I still have all my stuff, man. Tengo un mugrero JBL. I gotta go over 8
Puro
JBL.
dinosaur.
Puro dinosaur.
Right?
Y tengo bottoms, bro. Que no, I got 4 per side, bro. Tengo un equipazo, pero gracias a
You need
Dios.
to start a museum.
I know.
Well,
man.
see
I
that.
want to sell
Yeah.
the whole thing.
You
No,
should.
si la gente en Monterrey, bro. I need to get rid of it, bro. It's too much, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for
Allá se
45
mueve,
years.
right? All that. ¿Cómo se llaman los grupos?
No, ya
esos
las
que
quiero,
ponen-
a mí me va a doler el alma venderlas, pero my wife said, hey, yeah, get rid of all
Let's
this.
just open a club and put them all there.
Right?
Mira bien, I can sell them to a club, man.
Can
Es
somebody
más,
say
I'll
Roxy?
throw in the abstract for free, man.
Let's reopen the Roxy's, man.
Oh, the Roxy. I got to DJ there with Gilbert Ray.
Oh, you're
Gibby Ray. You should invite him here también.
He used to give me mixtapes.
Yeah, man.
Gibby Ray.
Listen, Gil. Come on over, man.
We're waiting for
Pero
you.
como quiera, man,
Solo faltas tú.
ha sido solo español.
Yeah.
Los papás de Ginny.
Yeah.
Ginny and Porfi Alvarado.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who that is, but
Uh-oh.
anyway, who cares?
No,
but anyway,
but-
como quiera, I'm very blessed, brothers. You know, honestly, I have a lot of history behind me, man. A lot of history, man.
So I think I remember hearing about you first before I became a cop. I was security at the Covey
Orale, really?
back then when
In 1984, I mean,
I was there in '89.
Uh-huh.
But I remember Andrew. I'm like, who the fuck is Andrew? I want to hit the guy because I'm tired of hearing about it. But then throughout the times, like Andrew, you know, did the radio, and so I don't know all your story, but I do know that you've done all kinds of shit, man.
I've done TV, I've done radio, bro. I've been very, como te digo, ha sido bien bendecido, TJ. Bien bendecido.
bueno.
Todo gracias a Dios.
I'm going to ask you that we asked Mr. Quesada when he was here. You ever thought about writing a book?
I might.
You should, man.
I
honestly.
might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Cindy Hernandez, my good friend Cindy. I love you. Thank you, Lobo. También gracias.
We are
I have
filming
a
for a live
concept,
audience.
I'm a job trainer, okay, through Texas Workforce Solutions.
Okay.
I've been a job trainer for 40 years. I work with individuals that have disabilities.
Wow.
The job entails putting these young individuals to work out in the community.
Okay.
I do the job training. I do everything. I teach them how to be responsible, to show and tell. You know,
Badass.
I'm their role model.
You're like a life coach.
You're passing it on.
I'm a
You're
job
passing
coach,
it on.
That's what ya tengo muchos años haciendo esto, especially the Down syndrome individual. Pero son jale, brother.
Oh, yeah.
No te lo imaginas mejor que, ay, está malito, está malito.
No.
Go
You know why?
hard,
Because
go
they're pure.
hard.
They're pure.
Yeah,
They're
man.
pure people. They don't have any agendas.
Yeah.
They're just trying to belong, and that's to me that's a lot of respect.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
And these kids learn to show and tell. Very simple. Le dices cómo hacer el trabajo y lo hacen. And before you know, ya lo hiciste, ya está eso. Okay, well, let's go.
Do it again.
Let's go do this.
Hey, do it again.
Pero honestly, estos niños son muy especiales, bro. They're not sick, bro. Mucha gente get the wrong idea. Que están enfermitos, no están enfermitos. They're more smart than you
Yep.
and me, bro.
Actually,
you
they're
know?
very smart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Y son these are God's special kids, bro.
It's like TJ says, they're pure. There's no malice in them. There's no
Nothing,
hidden.
bro.
There's no hidden agenda. There is no quick pro quo. There is
There you
no.
go.
If I don't gain anything,
Exactamente.
they're
Y
just.
como yo digo, hey,
They're on
they're
a
humans
mission.
just like us, they're mortals. They got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 arms. They have the same face as ours. No más que their brain is a little.
It's just a
more
different
slow.
way of, yeah.
The difference, disabilities, ADD, ADHD, Asperger's, whatever, Down syndrome, whatever it is, man. I work with all kinds, man, with schizophrenic individuals.
Wow.
Ahora los miro, te lo juro por Dios, I see them and, sir, ¿te acuerdas de mí? It's kind of hard, 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, so many kids, so
Bro,
many
no,
people.
bro.
Yeah, I remember.
I put 2 individuals through truck driving school, bro. They have CDLs, bro.
Wow.
I couldn't pass my CDL class.
Fíjate.
Yes, okay, I have a little degree, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
And big degrees from the University of Life. But I
Sure.
couldn't pass, no me entraba, tío.
Yeah.
Te lo juro. And these kids, boom.
Fíjate, they don't even let me run around with sisters, much like you can see.
¿En serio, bro? Pero
Wow,
no,
that's awesome, Andrew. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that about you.
I've been a job trainer
You guys
for
can't
many
see us,
years.
but his left hand is tied to the chair. So.
I like to throw poop.
No, but
We know you do, TJ, and that's why your hand is tied. To
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, that one no me lo
Yeah,
sabía.
sí, bro, ya
No,
tengo 40
no.
años trabajando con individuals with disabilities, bro.
And that was with the Workforce Solutions or
It's
different?
Workforce Solutions. I'm a contract worker.
Okay.
I don't work for
No, so your contract.
I'm a contract, and I just and praise the Lord, I've been. I just got another four more year tour, and then I can retire.
Wow.
Ya, muchos años, ya me canso. Bro.
Yeah, ya nos
I've done
cansamos.
every employment here, locally owned. I've been there. I've placed individuals. Ahorita tengo los subways, tengo a unos muchachos en el ¿cómo se llama? Oh my God, I forgot the name. IHOP.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Gabriel Vasquez. Yeah.
So do you go and
I do the job training. I set them up with interviews. I do interview job skills training, job coaching. I do everything before them. I prepare them before they go out to the interview.
You set them up for success.
I set them up
But
for
when
success.
you're there, do you go and kind of like
I
supervise?
have to be there by law. I have to be there for about maybe 6 weeks.
Just the beginning of
Yeah, just the beginning process. Yeah, they pick up. They have their own in-house training. Team leaders or team workers, whatever.
Yeah.
Y ahí se pescan solos. When I started back in 2007 with Workforce, I was very strong with Wendy's and churches, man.
And I did see Wendy's is very. I've always seen people with different different abilities, not disabilities, different abilities working.
The
there.
nicest
go.
people.
And those guys, I remember one guy that was
The
there.
nicest.
I think he finally retired. Dude, every time I went, he was always there.
JJ.
I don't remember his name.
And
I got
You
people
never see it?
Yes, the one on Sunday.
JJ.
Yeah.
He's still there, bro.
Dude, that guy
But
was
not here.
always.
He got moved. He got transferred to Del Mar.
Okay, no
Ahí
wonder
está
I haven't seen
Gabriel.
him.
Ve, míralo
But
ahí.
that guy
He was
was.
never sitting down.
No, he was always
never-
standing up, picking up the track, whatever. But he was always
JJ
working.
and Lupita.
Wow.
They started back in abrió Wendy's in 1982 y los metieron a trabajar ahí, bro.
Oh, wow.
Into the grace of God, they're still there.
Yeah.
Lupita got sick already. Ya tanto años trabajando. Pero JJ moved to Del Mar. And
Oh, no wonder I'm
ahí
seeing
está todo. Go visit.
Yeah, he's a manager now.
No, the guy doesn't know the meaning of the meaning of a day off.
No, he doesn't know.
If you let him work, he'll
Son
work all
más
day.
trabajadores porque uno. ¿Me entiendes?
If you tell him you're the manager, you're
Well, I tell them, you know what? I'm a nobody, man. You are the employee.
there. You go.
I'm not getting paid. I make them feel important, bro.
Yeah.
I make them feel that they're the boss.
Yeah.
Yo les digo, when I'm going to go do a training, I said, you know what? You're the manager of the dining room.
Yeah,
You're the
that's your
that's why
space.
they're hiring you.
Yeah.
To take care of the dining room, keep it clean, and keep it tight. Y ahí ellos están agarrando otra.
Sí, no.
Y ahí andan, friegan,
Some-
restocking. and
they have
stuff.
some pride in there.
It's amazing, bro. Yo estaba en Facebook hablando con la novia, pero yo estaba jale, le digo yo,
Yeah.
after a while I'm going to be on Facebook chatting with my friends, and you're going to be working there. When he's in paying me, they're paying you, bro. So los hago sentir importantes. Like, hey, you know what? I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Keep the place clean, all the windows, restock all the condiments, and keep it clean, man. Sweep them up, keep it nice, man, because the people want to come in here. And then I use reverse psychology. Les digo, hey, ¿dónde te gusta comer? Pues, I go to Danny's or go to a restaurant, and Well, if you go there and all the tables are dirty, are you going to sit down? No, sir. What about a dirty table? No, sir. Mejor me voy. Nini.
Yeah.
So
Same
you're
here.
picking up. You understand what la onda is.
Yeah.
And then, also, no, it's got to be clear, exactamente. They have the little spray bottle, it's cleaning solution, they get the little rag. I train them to use the food tray, throw everything, on, not to the floor. You see, they do it every day. You see people in fast food.
Oh, yeah.
Hola, tira todo para el piso. No, conmigo no. The correct training on how to clean the table is get a tray. O con las manos, si son poquitas cosas.
Yeah.
But don't, because you're going to do the work.
Now you're gonna do work double.
Exactly, yeah. Which is good because you're killing a little bit more time, and you're making. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is do it right the first time. Don't work hard and do it again twice.
Work smarter, not harder. Yeah.
Work smart, not harder. Como yo les digo, le digo, man, don't ever think about the disability. Well, I have a disability. What's disability? Define the word. Pues que estoy loco. Que no, señor, usted no está loco. You're very smart. Think about the ability, the habilidad que
Yeah, focus on the
exactly, and the ability, what you can do, what you can prove,
Yeah.
because they're paying you.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd be a volunteer, man, we would have sent un ratito, whatever. But no, think about the responsible party in that work. They gave you that job, whether it's a cook, whether it's a dishwasher, whether it's a dining room attendant, or a busboy. Bro, they're paying you to work and to keep that place clean, bro. Por eso te están pagando, ¿me entiendes? So, man, I've been so blessed, como te digo, y gracias a Dios, man. Toda mi vida, carnal, se lo agradezco a Dios because it's been a journey, it's been a long ride, bro, ¿me entiendes? Ya 40 años en esto, y no me agüito, ¿me entiendes? I'm going to do 4 more years, and I already tied up with, collaborating with the subways in Corpus. We have Corpus, the Valley, I can go to work anywhere.
That's awesome.
So no, pero ya me canso, bro. Ya como el sonido, ya doing sound and DJ, I already went through all that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're still in la onda nowadays, gracias a Dios. I'm thinking of bringing the Viejas Buenas back. We have a new radio station coming.
That's I was going to ask you what's
Tejano,
up. What's
Conjunto.
next for
I'm back. Andrew Michael is back. Gracias a Dios. Man. Gracias a Cielo Promotion. Mi compadrito Alex Sainz from Cielo Promotion, Cielo Live. We're also going to start doing some live shows, and I know the whole works, man. ¿Me entiendes? So gracias a mi compadrito Noel Roel Nava. We are having an event, TJ, that I would like to invite you.
Yes, talk to us.
The event. Cielo Promotions and myself joined forces to be a part of the All-Star Music Awards 2025. Okay, Mr. Jesse Torres from San Antonio is coming here. Give us permission to be a part of the All-Star Music Awards. So, pero tenemos Music Awards, pero este es otro nivel. These individuals, this committee is focusing on the new uprising grupos que sea Conjunto Norteño.
Interesting.
Tejano, but they're focused on the new blood that's coming. Sí, the regular, los que ya están pesados, Jerry Hall, G. Perry, they're there, yes. But what about the new ones? We got to give the new individuals, the new groups, artists. We got to give them a chance. So it's bonito, ¿verdad? May 17th. I would love for you guys to go.
Oh, yeah,
Va a ser en el Whiskey River, right there on back of the yeah. We're gonna have an event there. We're gonna be showcasing Laredo's newest talent, and I would like to invite the divas to your show here one day.
Yes,
I'll give you the number that Frank will
I've been watching those little girls, man.
Bro,
they are something else, man.
Un saludo para Camila Bella, Frank Urbina, la familia, bro. Andan donde quiera, bro.
I know.
One
day we're gonna see them.
Híjole.
Yeah.
If you had I started with this girl, like 2-3 years ago. We were part of a committee here in Laredo. I said, you know what? So they started following me and said, you know what? Let me give you some directives. How to, ways and how to, how to promote yourself. Don't sign anything, man. But now you can't promote it. No, senor.
Good advice.
I'm Donald Trump Records. No, you don't sign anything. So, unless you have an attorney present, that doesn't mean posible, porque te quieren enganchar, bro, te quieren enganchar. And I know musicians porque los han enganchado por 10, 15 años y no puedes grabar, no puedes tocar because they have you under their name. Bro, I know the words. I know the whole, Pero como quiera, estas niñas, bro, van muy bien, bro. Gracias,
Yeah, no,
gracias
they-
a Franco Rubino.
See, that's the type of stuff, Andrew. Like yourself, so that's the type of stuff that Laredo needs to be proud of.
Yeah.
To know and to understand.
Yeah.
It's-
You know, and I'm not talking about the genre because conjunto is not for everybody, just like the house is not for everybody.
Exactly.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The skill,
Yeah.
the raw skill of being able to do it,
There you go.
the dedication to the craft.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
people need
commitment,
to.
yeah.
So when people say Laredo's boring, we don't have shit to do, there is
You're
the
wrong.
problem is that people don't know it's there.
Exactly.
We need to promote it.
Yeah,
You know,
and now
through-
with this Facebook Live, we're live on Facebook. Thank you guys. Thank you, Freddie, my brother. So, ¿me entiendes? So, we need to. That's why we're doing this, and you get más for them to get a nomination for the All Star Music Award.
Yeah.
They've been existing for about 6-7 years, and now that they made Laredo, we want to make a chapter.
Yes.
Okay. For Cielo Promotions, and of course, thanks to Mr. Jesse Torres and todo el committee. We're going to be at the awards. The May 25th and 26th this month, primero Dios.
Awesome.
And pero May 17th is the kickoff for the Laredo nominees.
Okay.
Que es Tony Tigres, Cindy Ramos, the Divas, Roel Nava, myself, DJ Chuy Gonzalez.
Oh, Chuy.
Radio Rama, he's the best man ahorita. You know, who else is there's like 2-3 more that are being nominated for different categories.
Yeah, yeah.
Alex Sain, mi compadrito, for Promoter of the Year. So Beto Ramon will be there.
Beto,
Beto.
Hi, Beto.
Un saludo para Beto.
We need Beto out here.
Man, I love
Cindy,
Beto Ramon.
make it happen, Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
A
Yeah.
ver qué trae Cindy Promotions.
There you go. También that night we're gonna have Pira Studio there.
Pete,
Pira
Pete
Studio,
the Ghost.
Beto. Un saludo, brother. We love you, man.
Pete the Ghost.
Pira Studio, man.
Hopefully we'll see him soon.
Yeah, también we've asked.
He's like John
I was,
Cena,
last
John
week
Cena
we
now.
went on Patty Tijerina, and we would love, and I know it's going to happen. Is the commissioner's court is going to give an award plaque to each individual for the nomination.
Wow.
So man, puras bendiciones lo que llegan, TJ. Man. Y hay más músicos, artistas, como yo les digo a estos muchachos, como these promoters and Whiskey River, you know. Well, hopefully, Cielo Cielo Promotions is working on Tejano Thursdays, you know, to start getting the locals more involved.
Yeah.
We need it. You know, and of course, our oldest Tejano en conjunto music, ¿verdad? Pero even si son norteños or son, banda, bro, any
Bring it
kind of
in.
music is good.
Bring it in. Yeah.
Especialmente más si eres de Laredo.
Yep.
Sorry. There are no answers and buts or maybes, bro. If you're from Laredo, te vamos a apoyar. I mean, yo no puedo ayudar a alguien de,
so it should
o que
be.
sea de Laredo también. You know, I mean, I've seen muchos artistas de chamacos de Laredo que tienen su grupito colombiano, bro. Man, they kick butt, bro.
Yeah.
Man, tío, te dan ganas de bailar, bro, you know. Y va también rock, como dijo Lobo. You know, we want to be able to collaborate and put everybody under one umbrella. And let's like that telethon that you guys
Yeah.
do.
So
Count me in.
that would be the perfect.
Count me
venue.
in, bro.
Thank you.
Te lo juro que no te voy a cobrar ni un
Thank you.
centavo.
Thank you because no lo tengo. So
No,
yeah.
who cares? Ya me voy.
Does he know he's not getting paid for this shit?
Apparently not.
Oh my God,
Cindy.
Cindy.
I'm out. Aloha. Pero no, TJ, en serio, I would love to have, fíjate, man, it's gonna be, I don't know, man. It's
See,
amazing.
you're already
Because,
getting
bro,
excited.
I had that idea years ago.
Yeah.
Of course, all these people made Jerry Lewis very rich. I
Oh,
said,
hell
hey,
yeah.
I want to be rich too. Why not?
I wanna be a rich
I
Jew
know,
too.
Jerry Lewis.
Let's raise money to have a museum, a music museum.
Es algo muy interesante, bro. And keep it in the community.
Oh, absolutely.
Make it. We have to. We gotta put it more on the map, bro. Yeah, there's the map and stuff. Yeah, we have artists, we have athletes, and it's not enough. There's more history.
No, there's a lot more.
There's a lot more, and we want to be able to showcase it. ¿Me entiendes? And through shows like what you guys are doing, and man, it could be more easier to showcase these individuals,
Yep.
that are very talented. Man.
We have a lot of talent already.
Hidden talent.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hidden talent, and we gotta get them out of here, man. You know, it's like me acuerdo que las divas cuando 3 years ago que comenzaron a tocarle. Who are these girls? Vienen desafinados hasta la madre, bro. En serio. But I said, you know what? I see a future.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Frank and Frank, yell at bro, push him, bro, push him, bro, push him, bro. Y mira dónde están ahorita. 3
No,
years
they-
later, man, they're everywhere.
They're
bro.
doing really great.
They're doing very well. Ya tienen
Originals?
and they got some originals, bro.
Wow.
Fueron a tocar el 5 de mayo en Dallas, Texas. The Hunter Roots Hall of Fame, bro. Man, they were in fanfare.
Wow.
Dude, that says it all. That
Yeah,
says
you
it all.
can make it to fanfare, yeah.
Yeah, you can make it to fanfare, yeah.
Yeah, you're on your
You're
way.
a top dog, man. Si Peso Pluma fue a Tonight Show con Jimmy Fallon, bro. Man,
Don't get me started.
Nunca sabes.
There's a-
I hate Peso Pluma.
don't open the door for that one.
No, I love
But-
Peso Pluma. I love his music.
But look, so I have a song on YouTube. It was in honor of Mas,
Okay.
Jimmy Gonzalez when he died.
Yeah.
The song Kaya, and at the end of it,
1984.
yeah, at the end of it, I say, TJ Tejano Country, whatever. I go. I was talking about the Laredo being the new mecca of Tejano.
Yeah.
San Antonio used to have it, and they let it go.
They did.
So I would love to see Laredo to be the heart and soul of Tejano community.
And I like that Heart and Soul.
To bring them
Not
here.
the capital of, no. The Heart and Soul of Laredo.
Yeah.
Que es
Bring it
nuestra
here.
música, nuestra cultura.
El corazón y el alma.
Whatever.
Oye, que estamos en Carrascolentos, la chingada.
Dora the
Have you
Explorer.
ever been to Carrascolentos?
Dora
Caras
the
con
Explorer. Let's go,
Caras
vamos.
Corrientes, ¿cómo se llama? Agapito.
Agapito.
Caras Corrientes.
Y Cleofas.
Oh my God.
Remember that? Remember that?
No,
Ya llovió.
Oye,
Yeah.
Oye, Captain Kangaroo ni
Captain
¿cómo se llamaba?
Picture
Sí, pero
Picture me.
nowadays
nada,
it's Dora the
Agapito,
Explorer. Because
Caras Corrientes.
Agapito. Wow, the good old days. A lot of we'd be surprised. A lot of people don't remember Carrascolentos.
They
Like,
don't,
how,
man.
how can you not? That's how we learned English.
Remember Barney? I love you.
Kid Barney.
You love me.
So we only had those channels on our TV, PBS, and also we had to find that.
Hey,
That's
the Looney
tremendous.
Tunes, bro, the Looney Tunes.
you
Bugs
remember
Bunny, bro.
the electric company?
Los Three Stooges.
Oh.
Morgan Freeman. Ahí empezó Morgan
Thank
Freeman.
you.
Yeah.
David, saludos.
Remember
So-
Debbie does that? Oh, I'm sorry, that's a different.
That's a
I'm sorry,
different-
that's a different.
Ah, come
That's
on.
a different show. That was a different show. I learned a lot from that show too.
Really?
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard. But so, Andrew, what's next for you? I know you have a couple of projects, but what's long term? What do you want to do before God says come home?
Okay,
What do you
before
wanna
I
do?
go home, bro, which I hope it's not soon.
Nope.
Okay.
No, no.
Pero primeramente, you could just allow me, please. Just 30 seconds, bro.
No, hey.
Que en paz descanse mi tío Cayetano, guys. We just came from the Rosary tonight. Spider, todos los bandidos, the Motorcycle Club, Tanio, Juan Javier. So I haven't seen him in a long time, but I saw him tonight, man. Sí, hasta lloré, porque han sido primos hermanos míos for many years.
Yeah.
We grew up together, Y mi tío Tano, pues, great mechanic, a great businessman here from Laredo, Y pues un saludo para all my extended family, the Miller guys.
See, so my condolences to you and the family, but you mentioned a lot of names, names that people don't know unless you go gone to them. But that's the whole purpose of this to showcase people that nobody's heard of, but they've done so much for our people.
Exactamente la comunidad de Laredo. Y como digo yo, se fue el tío, no le dieron nada. Había músicos, artistas, back in the 50s and 60s que, man, they just left, bro. And I have that thing that I owe to others. I grew up with every musician in Laredo, ¿me entiendes?
René,
back then, Chris Sandoval, René Ornelas, René, son de aquí de Laredo,
Yeah.
¿me entiendes? Born and raised, man. René Ornelas y René, ay, no sé cómo se llama todo, pero Chris Sandoval, back from the days, back in 1965, 67, 70, bro, Chris Sandoval band, Chuck Vargas, Sangre Mexicana, Brown Power, man. All these groups, man, that we grew up with, man, se nos han ido los directores y de las bandas, se nos han ido, no les dieron nada, bro, And I've been asking God for help for all these years. Yeah, I would love to do an awards. And of course, at the arena. Lo quiero grande.
That's
Get
something
corporate
big.
sponsors,
I was going to offer this place, but I mean, that's
no hay pedo, estamos aquí. Ya no sé esa afuera. Ahorita los dos.
Nomás que no llovió.
Ahí esa junta como quiera. I'm sorry, so arena.
Pero
So-
no, maybe do something at the arena más abajo nomás.
Yeah.
And have an award ceremony for our Laredo groups, artists that have passed on.
Okay.
And the ones that are still alive.
And
In
DJs
memoriam.
like Luciano.
Memoriam.
But
And DJs as well.
Yeah, DJs, of course.
Mr.
I
Duarte.
started mobile DJ in 1977. You know. Bro, yo iba y oía a Luciano, ay, ya, es que mañana tengo una tocadita en un party. Y vamos con los stereos, esos de las
Sí.
Pioneer, Pulse speakers, con la turntable arriba, con cassette y turntable, bro. Man, we had to, you know, find ways to do that gig. And we had to know.
Cassette, wow.
Deja tú, bro.
El cassette.
No nomás hacer button pusher, bro. Yo aprendí porque Luciano would give me a lot of lessons. ¿Quieres ser locutor? Okay. ¿Dónde quieres ser locutor? Pues quiero el party, quinceañeras, wedding y quiero estar en la radio.
Yeah.
Okay, bueno. Tienes que aprender, you know, y pues ya yo le decía yo that we used to listen to Radio Cañón, La Rancherita Contenta, back in the early 70s. Okay. So he started mentioning all these groups, you know, de México y de Estados Unidos, you know. ¿Y de dónde empezó la música de acordeón? ¿De dónde empezó el conjunto music? ¿Quién eran las orquestas back in the 60s, you know?
Yeah.
Who was Freddie Martinez? Who was Sonny Osuna?
El
Who was
Gusti.
Tony La Rosa?
Tony.
Who was Agapito Zúñiga? Valerio Longoria, that started all in the late 30s, man.
Agapito Carrasconeta.
Agapito, no, Agapito Zúñiga.
Different Agapito.
So tuvimos que,
Still with
I had to go back and study all that music.
So what do you think, Mike? What do you think about and Bojo mentioned it, about a museum or some type of place where we can go, and you know what? Maybe like in a tour bus type stuff, so we can showcase it around Texas, whatever, and bring the culture to the world. Like, I mean, because like you said,
I was thinking también una caravana de 3 grupos will go on tour here, there. You know, it's never been done, you know. And I would love for the.
but to play like old school stuff or the todo
De todo.
from
We
old
can
to
have
now.
we can have one conjunto band. You know, I've had this, and I'm glad that I read it to you, but I want to talk to you, Lobo. I want to do a conjunto rock fest. We did a rock fest years ago at the Park and Ride. It was a great success, you know. And I would like to do a conjunto rock fest. Tú sabes que anywhere you go, bro, te avientas un Rubén Vela, Montón La Rosa, por toda la
Everybody
Sí,
the
knows.
bikers, bro, todos los bikers, man. I've known bikers, you know, all my life, los bandidos, mis primos, bro. Me les ponen todos lados en un robona y algo, me comienzan a gritar todos. Bro.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So my dream, again, and I've told very few people, maybe 2 people in the world, you know.
Wait, it's just between us 3 here.
Yeah,
right?
I want to do
And the millions,
I want
and
that to go,
millions
no,
listening
number
at
3
home.
number 4 person. Pero hacer un conjunto rock show.
I like it, I like
then
the idea.
maybe the following year a Tejano rock show.
I like the idea.
Have some Tejano and have rock. There are 2 stages, bro.
Yeah.
One on one, hey, let me see what you got, whatever. Then let me see what you got, you know. Dude, why not? Never been done.
Dude, I bet you we get a lot of people.
No, my brother. Es que, you know, tenemos muchas ideas, ¿me entiendes? And going back, ahorita que me preguntaste tú, and another dream that I have is, come I work with individuals with disabilities. I want to make
You want to work with me? Is that what
Quiero
you're
hacer
saying?
una lista. I want to make a movie.
Okay.
A movie. I need to write a 30-page script. I emailed Eva Longoria because she produced la movie Breakfast of Champions.
Okay.
De Woody Harrelson about those Down syndrome
Yeah.
basketball team.
Yeah.
Pero nunca,
That's right.
nunca pegó la vista, ¿me entiendes? So I want to do something like that, pero through working permit. Okay. And I told City's going to hook me up with a couple of directors that did maybe Blood in Blood Out and some other Hispanic. ¿me entiendes? And showcase it, maybe do a documentary. Something like that.
Okay.
That's my dream, to showcase our individuals or individuals that have a disability.
Yeah.
Because man, I see all these kids, I work with these kids every day, bro. Y yo no me estoy así, bro. Me estoy pensando, like, God, I couldn't even do that. ¿Me entiendes? You know, yeah, and I'm the job trainer, but there's a lot of things that these kids man, pick up, man, just by visual demonstration, bro.
Like you said, they're not dumb.
They're
smart.
not dumb, they're not
they
whatever.
just see the world different.
Yes, they are a little slow. Porque hay unos que están, you know, a little obese, ¿me entiendes? Y entonces mueven tan rápido. Pero, man, they have that charisma, bro. Tienen esa fuerza, esas ganas para trabajar para ganar su cheque.
That I wish more people had.
When they see that paycheck, bro,
Oh my
with
God.
their name, bro, never worked in their life, bro. Me se sienten tan orgullosos, bro.
Yes.
Y yo le digo, bueno, pues órale, móchate.
Oh, I have a feeling this guy's about money.
No cobro cuota, bro.
Yo lo hago de todo el corazón, pero la cartera está vacía.
Pero no, fíjate que los padres de estos niños, man, they're so happy. They're like, man, este niño.
Well, see, because it makes them feel like
They're
independent.
important.
and
Yeah,
they
there's
belong.
somebody in
Yeah.
this world.
Yes.
Yeah, pues que me dijeron que yo tenía un disability que no valgo madre. No, señor. ¿Quién te dijo para ir a levantar?
No,
Y darle los cachetadas. No, en serio, because the parents feel that, no, pues, tiene esta disability, digo, que está mental y que este, que el otro. Digo, eso no tiene que, eso es una palabra nomás. Tiene habilidades, ¿qué son las habilidades? ¿Qué puede hacer? Pero a ver, espérate, así como él puede comer y puede hablar a la misma vez, ya son dos cosas que puede hacer a la misma vez, como nosotros.
Dale.
Y puede hacer 3 o 4 cosas más si yo lo enseño. ¿Me entiendes? So they start thinking, bueno, pues, you know, now of course the government gives them a chance to work. They can work. But of course they have to report to Uncle Sam.
Right.
They do receive their
Yes.
SSI on a monthly
So
basis.
they
Have their benefits, bro, and that's what we don't want to target. You know, que no trabajen over certain hours
Oh, got it, yeah.
because they can lose their insurance, their whatever. ¿me entiendes? So we make sure that those benefits still are in place.
Yeah, they're nice, yeah.
Yeah, they can work maybe 10, 15, 20 hours no más. Pero man, that's good for them. ¿me entiendes? You know, every 2 weeks if they make $220 or $240 a week, man, that's great for them. As long as it's over, I think it's under $1,200 or under $1,000 a month for each individual.
they're
No,
good.
no te hace nada, no te hace nada. Pues esos peanuts son para ti.
Right.
You know, tú te lo ganaste, ¿me entiendes? So we try to, the counselors here at Texas Workforce are very, very supportive. You know, they explain everything to the parents. You know, the más reporten this, the number and stuff like that. Report every month and so forth, man. You know, y pues uno, como entrenador de trabajo, man, we make sure that those kids are focused, that they're structured. You know, that are able to do the job.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? Digo, porque aunque sea limpiando or whatever, ha puesto cocineros, man, you know, management, bro. You know, tengo ahorita un muchachito in Subways. We hooked up with Subways, and he cleans. Como it's a small work environment. He cleans. He does cookies. He does it. Now he's doing cashier, dude. Cashier. I'm like, y este niño, man, you know, he's got autism, bro.
Wow.
Pero ahí lo tienes hablando. And to show and tell, the manager is very sweet. Gracias a Betty, you know, ahí está entrenando en la caja. No sabe mucho money exchange, pero sí sabe cómo picarle, pues ahí está todo.
Yeah.
Córrele tanto. You get a 20, le pone 20.00 y te da la change.
Okay.
So, you know, everything to show and tell, man. It's you know, ya sabe hacer todo, bro. He's been there, for 8 months already, bro? And he's doing great. ¿Me entiendes? So it makes me feel proud, you know. I pat myself on the back of that because no lo más cualquiera puede hacer este trabajo.
It's a lot of patience, man.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It's a lot of heart.
Yeah.
I've got 5 dogs, man. Tengo 5 nietos, man. I love them to death. Pero no tengo paciencia con ellos. You know, pero con estos niños, cállate, son mis hijos. You know? Pero no, it's a great feeling, bro, to work with kids. Cuando los miras trabajando, solo también cheque. Vamos al banco. I'm thirsty, I want a beer. Pero no, you know, we need to showcase these kids more, you know, and have the businesses in today's work employment to open up some more to these kids.
That's another one.
Hay muchos,
It's a big stigma.
lugares, you know, pero like, you know, a lot of these businesses are probably owned and operated, you know. Pero give them a chance. Una vez fui a, hace como, bueno, tengo que, ya voy para 20 years con Texas Workforce and I was working with Border Region as a job trainer and fui a un lugar, no, pues que nosotros no ocupamos a esos niños. Really?
Wow.
Really?
Oh, wow, that's-
¿Pero por qué? No, pues están malitos y se van a caer, se van a lastimar. Really? Luego, la liability is anywhere.
Anybody can fall.
Bro, si te cae, te quiebra la pierna, ¿qué vas a hacer? Where's the liability por lo que tú y que tú y que tú? No, it happens everywhere. ¿Me entiendes? You know, and I said, ¿sabes quién es ADA?
No shit.
You know who ADA is? You know what they do?
No shit.
Pero no le quise mover, no, güey, entonces vamos a leche, no, señor. Lo más para que sepas que be careful what you say, bro.
Yeah.
Porque these kids are God's kids, bro. A mí no vas a hacer un mal, pero le estás haciendo un mal a ellos porque no les da la oportunidad y son hijos de Dios. Muy especial. They're God's special kids. Man. Don't mess with them. Don't fuss with them, bro.
Yeah.
Because God will come down on you so hard that you know you don't know what can happen. You know. Pero como quiera, brother, you know, it's been a challenge, bro, for me, bro. And I thank, again, all the people that I work for the workforce, Rogelio Trevino, you know, todos los que están ahí in the workforce. We're vocational rehab. We're right in back of Texas workforce. So all the councils, bro, we've been very, very blessed, bro. Now with the funding, está un poquito duro now because, you know, they're working on the funding now. You know how it's going on right now.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. I said, you know what? You know, the council, hey, well, next week we might not have a job. You know what? We are going to have a job. You know why? Because we work with God's kids, and money will be there to so we can get paid. ¿Me entiendes? You know? So, por eso siempre, you know, I've learned all these years, bro. Ya tengo más de 20 años, bro, getting close to the Lord, bro. And spreading His word. Que es lo más importante. I praise the Lord and I thank God for all my success, bro. I mean, I'm a sinner. I'm not a saint.
We all are.
We sin in a lot of ways, but not in a bad way que te voy a hacer mal.
No.
You know, te voy a lastimar. No. If I say chingado or a bad word, bueno, pues ya te quedé right there, ¿verdad? Pero, being realistic and being to the point and just be a good person, bro. Be who you are. Never try to be somebody else, man.
Always, everywhere you
Be
are.
yourself, like myself, you know, en el otro parque dije, no, pues que tú eres diferente así, que you've done this, and you've always done, yeah, 'cause I don't want to be a copier, man, you know, I don't want to be a button pusher all my life. I did all these shows in 1993, gracias a Belén de Guerra, Mr. Connie Guerra. They gave me the opportunity. We had that show. It was big, bro, you know. We did anniversary parties con los grandes, todos los Rosa y Alberto Pedro, los más grandes de la música de conjunto, man. I did celebration parties every year, you know, because that's what the people love, ¿me entiendes? We did Tejano, we brought Land Breed, you know, we brought a number of grupos, bro, you know, like, pero, you know, in reality, you know, it's a blessing, bro.
It is.
Es una bendición, all my hard work, all my years, you know.
To be
I
here
wish God
talking
could send me
about
$1 million, but...
See,
Pero
not
no.
about money.
I know.
What is-
Hey,
all about the
God,
Benjamin.
please,
you gotta look pretty, right? It costs money to look pretty.
No, pero, you know, yo le digo a Dios, God, if you're going to bless me with something, bless me with my work. Ahí está mi milagro, ser millonario. Soy millonario de pobreza.
Yeah, de
Pero I love my work. And once I keep my work every year, bro, I'm happy. Man.
Yeah.
Si un día me quedé mandar, bueno,
I'll gladly take it.
I need one sum of money of a lottery. Si son $500, it's okay.
That's
If
good.
it's 500 million, it's better.
It's even better.
Pero
So-
no, como quiera, como te digo, ha sido bien bendecido, bro. You know,
Yeah.
todo, I've been on TV, you know, I've done concerts, I've done promotions. Ahorita, como te digo, with the brand new KELT Radio FM 102.5 is like Mr. Cristobal Rodriguez. We're going to go in there and do a show. Maybe Las Viejas Buenas, I don't know yet. It's already in the works, it's already on the air. It's a Christian station right now, but we're going to do the change with Tejano Conjunto a little bit more. So, un saludo para Mr. Cristobal Rodriguez, KELT FM 102.5. Muy pronto, you know, primeramente un servidor va a estar ahí, doing a couple of shows, spinning Tejano and stuff, you know, conjunto and a little bit norteño, you know.
Nice.
Pero,
Nice.
and then we got some promotions, like I said, May 17th, please don't forget, I'll
Yeah.
remind you.
Yeah, please
It's on a Saturday, para que vayan y miren lo que estamos haciendo para la
Yeah,
comunidad.
definitely.
You know. It's absolutely free, no cover charge, ahí en Whiskey River, they gave us the opportunity.
Good.
We also have the Zapata Event Center de Mr. Rodriguez. Que vamos a empezar allá también a hacer promociones. We talked to all these artists already and they're lined up. You know, in Zapata, Texas, you know, le caben como like 700 people.
Oh.
Está grande, it's brand new. So thanks to Mr. Cristobal Rodriguez, the Zapata Event Center.
Good.
And we have also a club over there, Route 83 South. So it's a nightclub right next door. So man, hay muchos proyectos que vienen, TJ. ¿Me entiendes?
So please
It's
keep
just, you know, it's just the time.
Yeah, please keep us
I will.
a foot tip because we want to know so that we can remind people
Yep.
next time. Sabes que we got this coming up with Andrew. So
Yeah.
So we can hopefully push some people your way.
Yeah, and of course maybe we could bring. I'll get more info on how many times you're on the air doing the podcast, and maybe we can get a couple of musicians out here, artists.
Yes, we would love that.
Vamos a empezar a trabajar con muchos artistas. ¿me
Y
entiendes?
ahorita, so we've had last week we had Séptimo Contacto. Mr. Bautista performed right where you are.
Really?
live.
Órale, cool.
And now that Lobo's here, I mean, I'm gonna invite some of that rock out. We want to do different genres. We don't want to stick to one.
Well,
Roel Lava, yeah.
He'll be here
Roel
next
Lava.
He'll be here next week.
And-
So
and
we're
I-
here every Thursday.
And I want to bring the divas to you.
Yes. Oh,
The
that
divas,
would,
yeah.
dude, if you
That'd
can
be
bring
awesome.
those, that
And we have another group that Johnny and Abraham, AB Dia, they have a group. No me acuerdo cómo se llama el nombre, but what's the name of the group, Johnny? Pero he's on February. LF Studios in the house. Thank you guys. So any group out there that wants to record a single, LF
Yeah, you know what? I might call them up because we're interested.
See,
in
I'm gonna
stuff.
AB or Juan. Yeah, man, they're all good friends of mine. That's why I recorded my first song,
Nice.
and I'm going back to record some other songs. So man, it's just keeping myself busy and out of trouble, bro.
Out of trouble.
I love this.
That's the important one.
I love music, man. Me encanta la música.
That's the important one right there. Big shout out to Carlos P. Garcia. He was here.
Carlos P. Órale.
He actually chimed in and said hello.
Órale.
And I think we have Georgia Mina also.
Hey, you guys gotta go next week. It was canceled tonight because of the rain. At Cataranas Country
Yes,
Bar.
he just-
I was just gonna say.
He's from there right now. So
Can you imagine doing a podcast from there?
You should.
so that's the next step.
We can do it over there.
But
We got a big area.
If they'll have us, we'll do it from there.
If they'll have
Maybe
it,
Let's
we'll
do
do it.
stuff
Yes.
live.
Let's do it, man. Yeah,
Alright.
I'll help you out.
Te agüitas.
I'll
Porque
do
te
it.
agüitas se encuera.
Let's do
Como
it.
dice.
I am everything.
No, seguro que sí. That's where I did my first couple of shows. He's got a very nice setup.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we did a.
So,
we
no,
did a
let's
couple
do it.
shows.
Let's do it.
The intro to the show from
We just
there.
need an invitation from him.
Cataranas.
Cataranas.
Country Bar.
Man. But,
What's up?
Andrew, thank you so much, man.
Yes,
thank you for
thank
the time.
you, Jay.
And,
Yeah.
and so, if we can do this telethon.
The telethon for next year, bro.
Yeah, that's
But-
it's gonna take a while to plan.
Form the committee.
Yeah.
In the music promotion, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
This is the menos, bro. Pero just you guys work.
Yeah,
we'll
work-
do
work out
the
the-
legwork, ¿me entiendes? But
Yeah.
you guys work on the
Yeah, yeah.
TV and how we can go about to do a 24-hour thing. Of course, go and come, in and out.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. Y lo hacemos, we'll raise money, man. Pero depende de cómo está como los del Make-A-Wish Foundation, something
Sí,
like that.
yeah.
Pero this is a telethon.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So usually these organizations pick one cause.
There you go.
I'm thinking maybe we can do 2 or 3 causes and whatever. It's our show. We can do whatever.
Of
we
course,
want.
exactamente.
It's our show. We can do. Or we can do something for scholarships. For Tejano artists.
Yeah.
Like say the divas. Maybe we can get them some money.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
the up and coming. The youth of our.
Yeah. Do you guys are non-profit? A1C3?
Not yet, but
Not yet.
vamos.
Correct. Primero Dios.
Any
Yeah,
sponsors?
man. We'll get, man.
Right now we're just trying to get sponsored. So
Yes.
We're working on
And I don't want
sponsors.
pizza. Pizza.
Un
That's
saludo,
all.
Whisper, back in the bar,
They had the opportunity. The pizza guy.
The pizza guy.
Hey.
But anyway, Andrew, thank you so much.
Count me in, bro. Count
Yeah,
me
I'm
in.
gonna bother you.
I'll
You're gonna get tired of it.
Los
You're gonna say,
I don't
fuck
care.
that Carrascoleño guy.
I love what I do, man. We're good Samaritans, man.
I hate Carrascoleño.
Pinche Carrascoleño. Yes, I've been to fucking Carrascoleño. I don't like it.
Carrascoleño.
Pinche Andrew.
And then followed by the electric company. Hey,
You guys. Good time. Alright, shit.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what? This has been one of the most fun. I mean, we appreciate
Yeah.
coming out
Thank
and
you.
talking to us.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for
It's a
opening up
pleasure
this.
and my indeed honor to be here tonight and hopefully not my first and my last.
No, it won't be.
Pero
That's
vas a
like
ver
Lobo.
que-
Lobo, I want him to come and do something. next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Wait, I
come play
see
a song.
that. I see that you guys have drums, you got keyboard. Hacemos un Johnny
I want-
Aquí right now,
I want-
just bring plug and play. Just
I want him to play.
Ah,
I want him to play
no,
Axel
no,
F
no.
right now. Axel F.
Eva, yo canto.
Just
Cindy
do it.
canta, Cindy.
I don't think they can sing them again.
I'm so
Yo me invento negrito.
I'm so shy.
Oye, tú te co-
Shy, shy, hush, hush.
Oye.
¿No?
Oye,
Yeah,
que
you're
comience-
on camera, bro.
Oye, que comience con la canción. Ese coco que quiere Lupe. El coco
El
rayado.
coco rayado.
Yeah, no, pero let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Mira, primeramente Dios, gana. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'll pray for you, gonna for you
Let's do
guys.
it.
And let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Pues, ¿qué onda?
No pasa
It
nada.
doesn't hurt to try.
No, all we can do is
See,
try.
if you don't raise the exact money that you want to, you will raise some money.
Yeah.
You will.
Oh,
I can tell
absolutely.
you that. And then we give it out as a beca, ¿me entiendes? You know, as a
Yeah, scholarship,
and do
whatever.
more, man. You know, especially más en la música. Porque también individuals, if the family is in need,
Yeah.
or really hard need, ¿me entiendes? Then we can put them in.
Yeah, yeah.
¿Me entiendes? Y vamos a ver cómo el housing, we'll take applications. Housing, sí, hace tanto 5 años para un apartamento.
¿Lo quieres por cucarachos o sin cucarachos? At this point, algo que no te mojes.
I know, right?
Alright.
And I said, there's a roof, man. I feel that.
Thank you, Andrew, so much, man. And we can be here all freaking night. That's what I like. That's what I like about the guests that we bring.
And you talk to, if you want me here, I'll talk about music, I can go 24 hours. De todos
No te creo, Andrew.
I'm very
creo.
well educated on the history of all the. Y esa es otra cosa.
And that's what we want to see.
Before we sign off, honestly, Luciano me daba lectures, bro. Mira, find out where the artist was born.
Yes. The
How
history.
did that artist start? How do you get to be a star?
Yeah.
En la música de conjunto, la música tejana. I'm very educated in that. Man, no me ganas, bro.
Right.
Sorry. En la música de conjunto y tejano, bro, I know it
No,
all.
and I know you're the author. That's what I'm saying. That we can somehow capture that before God calls you home and
Yeah.
calls all of us home.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go, and this generation is not gonna. They may not know
Y
who we
ojalá que
are.
Dios lo quiera pronto.
Yeah. Ojalá que no tan pronto. Tampoco que no se olvide.
20 more years.
Tampoco que no se olvide porque está todo jodido, todo
Ay,
orinado.
no,
Diosito,
ya-
llévame, ya no pues, ya no puedo ir
I want to go home and all
solo.
that.
Oh,
Pero
no.
no, honestly, let's do it. Let's join forces. All of us, man. Es lo más bonito. Es más, ¿sabes qué, bro? I can tell you right now, man. I'm not spiritual or anything like that, or I'm not psychic, bro. Pero yo sé que si nos juntamos todos juntos and put this thing together, it will be a success.
I think so.
I can tell you right away.
But we don't hang out with losers. We hang out with winners. So
Of course.
Winning.
bueno.
I'm winning.
Santana.
There you go, bro.
1970.
1970, throw it away.
19 throw away.
Throw it away. All right, man. But again, like I said, I know we can talk all night. Man.
Yeah.
Like this will be a telethon right here to cover.
I know we can do it here.
Yeah. We can do it.
Before we go, shout out to Jaime and Norma Gonzalez. Thank you.
Yeah, Jaime. DJ Chuy también.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
for coming in. You know, the funny thing is that this week on purpose we didn't promote it. I know that Cindy put something together, but we didn't promote it, and people are still chiming in, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
And
So
let them know
como
we're
quieras,
gonna,
you
let them know we're gonna make a jump to our own.
Oh yeah, so I think I mentioned it before. So we have Big River Talks. We have our own Facebook now. This will be the last time that it's going to go under
We're all grown up.
radio.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not only that. It took me 2 days to figure out how to put it together. But
Well, actually,
you don't understand these?
It's because we're all
Oye,
kids.
¿esto tiene audio and video o no?
Sí, todo.
Really?
Todo. Ahorita, it's capturing all your arrugas,
Oh
all the
It's 4D.
all the bears in the cave, everything's being
All
captured.
the bats in the
I
cave.
don't want a double chin. La papaya.
Ese dijo, estoy viendo afuera porque viene empapado.
Eso sí es la papaya. Oh, well, man, thank you so much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
TJ.
it.
Thank you.
No, thank you for saying yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Honestly.
Primero Dios, yeah.
Todo corazón, we really appreciate it.
And we'll talk again. Y a todo por el favor de Dios. That's all I can say.
Him first, we got, we'll follow.
Amen, brother. Hallelujah, guys.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let me talk about this again about these sponsors because if not, they're gonna say we didn't mention them. Mariachi Mezcal de Texas member for your Mother's Day. We're gonna go ahead and put you on the list, and if you wanna, we'll be able to get out there. Silveria Martinez, Waterway Protection Services, Whistler Wicks Pizza, and Mariachi Mix. Whisper's Bar, Whisper's the best little kept little secret in Laredo, and Cortana Express. That
Southman.
Yeah, Southman. I know he couldn't make it today, but he's still chiming in, so I don't know. Might as well have been here. But anyway, and then Classic Cats, a bunch of old farts playing old music. So
Classic cats.
Classic Cats. All right. So Cindy, are you gonna want to talk to us today or no, Cindy? Okay, Cindy doesn't want to talk today, but we'll bring her on next time.
She's gaming.
Yeah,
she's gaming.
She's so we'll get her on next time. So guys, this is show number 8, and we it's been 2
many
months.
more.
Yeah, it's been 2 months.
Get on the bus, guys, now.
Yeah, before we get too big for our bridges.
Get on the bus. Get on the little bus.
So I also wanted to mention something real quick. This week on May the 5th, actually, I lost a good friend of mine, Michael Ruwakawa. he was a DEA agent, and he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer on September 5th of last year, and in 8 months he went. Young guy, really good agent. Did a lot of work for the United States as far as narcotics go. I got a chance to work with him for a couple of years here in Laredo, and my condolences to the family, Erica, his wife, and his daughters. It's scary, guys. It's scary because a year ago Mike was going around his business, working for DEA and raising his kids, and one diagnosis changes everything, man. And so I'm gonna remind people to stop being assholes with each other. There's no need for that because right now Mike, Andrew, and I and us were talking about our plans, but God might have a different plan.
Yep.
And you cannot go against that. So
You can try.
This one, Mike, we were not close, but we worked a lot together, worked a lot of cases together, and he was a hard worker, and I'm very proud of his career. He ended up being a supervisor in San Antonio. He had to medically retire once he found out about that diagnosis. So, like I said, condolences to the family and to the two girls he had, but life goes on, right? I mean, all we can do is honor the memory, and
The
like
show
I said,
must go on.
Yep, it's got to go on. But again, guys, stop being dicks with each other. There's no need for that. There's no need to be assholes with people. There's no need to be Karens. There's no need to be walking and pointing fingers. Because remember what they say: when you point a finger, you get three pointing back at you, right?
Absolutely.
So stop acting like that. There's no need for that. And for people that don't understand that concept, I feel sorry for you because you're not enjoying life. Life is too precious, guys. Life is way too precious to be wasting it being an asshole with people. Now, if somebody attacks you, then shit, defend yourself and defend your family. But don't start by being like that. Mojo, before we sign off, anything?
No, just piggybacking on what you said, TJ. Let's care for each other. No need to talk down to anybody. Let's empathize. Let's learn to appreciate each other and learn to live with their little, mistakes or whatever you want to call it. And always forward. There's just no need for any hate or anything to be going around. It's just life is moving too fast. There's just way too many changes in our lives nowadays. Let's just stay positive, man. Let's take care of each other. That's the biggest thing, and that's all you got. I mean, that's all I can say. And I wish everybody a great rest of your week. And this is your friend Bojo here, el locutor por accidente, saying goodbye to you guys. Have a great night.
Yep, and again, guys, look, there's a lot of stuff going on in Laredo, and if you have an idea for us to try to bring on the show, let us know. We're not gonna know if we're going the right way or the wrong way, and the thing is that there's no script. Everything that we say, everything that we do,
It's live.
yeah, it's all live. We got a chance to meet Lobo today. I've never seen him in my life, but now I know. Now I can recognize him and go from far away, go "Arr," just to be an asshole. Right? I'm sure he never hears that ever. But and Andrew, I've known Andrew for a while, but I've never had a chance to talk this much to him. So part of our talking about blessings. Part of our benefit being here in Mojo is that we're getting to meet a lot of awesome people. And I hope that the platform here, that we mostly, and Cindy's been here before. By the time we're done, people don't leave right away, which is a good sign.
Yep.
We don't have anything for
But you
them.
have all that sauce there.
Well,
also.
probably what it is. We have
No, but you know what? But you're absolutely right, and I'll tell you why. Because with Andrew, like Mr. Duarte, he was big in my life. Like I have nothing but fond memories because he was talking in the background. I would love to, and I don't know if it's possible, Andrew. Maybe have some of his family. They want to come in also. We can talk to them.
His son lives in Corpus Pete.
I would love for him to bring some kind of, their photos,
Yeah.
stuff of him, just to honor, Mr. Luciano Duarte.
yeah, some kind of memory.
He again, it's just nostalgia in my mind. I grew up.
His son, his only son.
I never met, or maybe I did and I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, see, we'll bring him.
But later on, they brought him back, in the early 2000s, like he was doing the radio. I was like, wow. I was like, wow, blown away.
I was ready to board for him.
There you go. But anyway, it goes back to what you're saying. So to me, I'm putting a lot of context, like putting together the stuff that, well, what happened this when growing up, and now I see the person who can connect me to that, and
Yes.
that's closure for me, and I really appreciate that. You know, I'm a big guy in closure, and I'm sure a lot of people out there also. They're like, oh wow, well, you know, like this case, oh Andrew, he was connected. Oh Lowell, he's the one that did, like I told him, you know, I listened to his radio station when I couldn't do anything else, you know. So to me, this is a blessing to me, and I hope it is to a lot of people out there as well. Whether you gain something or you got something off your chest here, in a positive way, of course, then that's what this is for. We made our goal. We met our goal. So yeah, we are looking for sponsors. Not
Yeah, we're still looking for sponsors.
And I'm going to keep pushing that.
Speaking about childhood, do you remember Topacio?
Topacio.
Que te quiero.
Yes, I
Of
do.
course.
I'm for yes,
Remember
I
that shit?
do. Yeah.
So I've never seen a soap opera in my life, but that one, I saw it. Like I had a crush on Topacio. And then the
Oh my
priest,
gosh.
obviously the priest also had a.
I want to tell that kid saying, "You're so weird.
I'm just thinking of this stuff.
I just can't get behind that. You're so weird."
Soy menudo.
You mean
You know that? Remember? Súbete, soy joto. I mean, súbete mi moto. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Let-
guess what? Somebody did come out.
Yeah,
That's so
actually.
funny.
Let's see if Cantarranas Country Club, you know,
Yeah.
Yes.
that we will love an invite from them, and we'll do a mobile.
So-
we'll do our podcast
so-
from there.
Miss Hernandez, see if you can make it happen, please.
Of course.
Our manager can do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, she doesn't know she's our manager.
You don't know that you're a manager yet, but
Oh, Calvin Leppinger now.
But
you don't get
there's
paid like
no
us
money,
either.
so no.
you get paid in sauce back there.
Wait, ¿me puedo llevar a botar?
Yeah, es botella de
I'll take one of these
Coca-Cola.
hats.
I got one of them.
So, alright guys, that's it for this week. Week number 8. In the history books now. Stay tuned for next week. We'll let you know who's coming on.
Thank you guys.
And hopefully Fred the Southman Medina will be here.
Yep.
Funky Cold Medina. Remember that?
Thank you guys. God bless you.
Y'all take care,
Take
guys.
care of yourselves.
Have a good one.
Out here.